Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, or an avatar thereof. And this is episode 663.5 WEedNerdWorld. Hopefully, you guys are having a good Father's Day or what's left of. Cheers, Ned Denver. 710 connoisseur. Maybe this chat popped out. Flipped over the live chat. How you guys doing? What are you smoking on? Green fingers, you drove my heart. Yeah, make booty face. So what's up? How you guys doing? There we go. I got everything good. Oh, there we go. Where'd you go, Chad? It's a good tune. There we go. I know it. I wish there was an eagle avatar. Some bullshit. Top chat's a live chat. I thought I had that taken care of, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I guess I should switch cameras. There we go. Oh, here. Oh. Boom. Dog Days Gardens. Cheers to you. How's your day? Gotta roll me up the bed. Eddie here. Clean up this tray. It's a mess. What are you guys smoking on? LA Kush. Yo, yo, yo. Slow nose. Cheers. Grace Ungrown 207. Hillbilly Herbs. Oh, the eyebrows move too. What? What? That's too funny. Yes, go get out. What is it? What's that time? The body does move though. They haven't figured out the arms. I don't know if the ears move. Just the eyebrows and all. Eyes. It matches your blinks. Yeah. Decoy bacon, John and Canna seed rolling in already.
What's up, Chip?
What's up, Johnny? Smiley.
You look like a chipmunk tonight, man.
All chippy, yeah.
What's up, brother? How you doing, Smiley's Angels?
What's up, man?
What you guys smoking on tonight?
Well, I've been smoking out a little combination of Miranda Family Farms and SoCal's, Mendo Loco, and the Maureen's Mustache. Been kind of dueling up on those things today. And rather nice. What you, Smiley?
I was smoking the Sky Stomper, some of the pre-rolls we had left over. Good shit.
Right on. So you did good on that day, huh?
It was good, man. Yeah, it's definitely good. It's exciting.
Had a blast.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was cool. Got to meet Red Pill, and he came
nice.
all out. Yeah, I guess he won tickets from Fergroli or something.
Oh wow, how cool!
Yeah, Girlie was there.
Yeah.
Got some clementine.
Little bit of dabbing up.
Yeah, I'll have to break out the shit again.
Why didn't the dab
So,
phase last? Yeah, I gave it if I were to put a good like stamp on it, time stamp, I think it came and went at least here, as like a regular thing, probably 3 months. 3 months of that having a rigor out, and I was like, my lungs just can't take it no more. Shit, I didn't even like dab after that. You know what I mean? I took a good hard break. I was like, yeah, I'm good for a minute.
I'm the same way. It makes my, I don't know. I couldn't dab all day. If I do a couple, I'm good.
Gives me that
Yeah, like
tickle
me.
cough.
yeah, I just take a few bong hits throughout the day, basically. Except when I'm on the show here, like 420 just seems like to roll around too often. As a matter of fact, oh shit, it's 420. Look at that. Damn it.
I've been waiting to bring up the argument again, but we gotta wait for Major. Waiting since yesterday. Listen. I was so triggered I had to leave a comment. Fuck.
Yeah,
That's funny shit.
it was a little I won't say heated, but it was an elevated conversation for sure.
It's good. It's good to
It was a very illustrated conversation. Let's put it that way.
That for sure.
but there's no way. Yeah, there's absolutely no way. You're right, totally. Like the only way that the only way extended flower would be even close to the same would be to double the yield or have a higher yield. Because no matter what, you have double costs into flower in it every time. Every time.
If it was worth it, we would be doing it, right? Sad but true.
People high as fuck doing math. It's easy math though. It's easy as fuck math. That's the problem. It's not complicated.
I think I had nightmares about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the little dog running, sleeping, shit, and all like fucking drawing pictures and shit. No.
It's like this.
That's good shit though. It is a good conversation though, and I get what you say, but no matter what, you're gonna have to have double the room, double the space, or double the yield to make it equal. You know, and if you have double the space, you got double the cost. So,
Right?
it's all in the number of harvests per year. Like, I don't know, an 8-week one's gonna be, what is that, like 6.5 times or something a year, and even to go to a 9-week is gonna bring you down, 5 3/4 or whatever times a year harvesting.
It's even more than that in the instance that we were using, because we were using a 12-month perpetual. So it's month for month. You know what I mean? So that it would take more room, or in this equation, we were talking about a 12 room flowering system. So one room per month was coming down. So that's a lot. That's 12 harvests per year, or 12 harvests of the long run, or 24 basically. I was figuring, oh, I care for what you asked for. 24 of the 8-weeker.
There he is. He's coming in. Maybe he's got better diagrams to explain it.
Oh,
Like why we
that was awesome. Smiley.
jackass, that's why.
Major and Robert, welcome in. How are you, gentlemen, tonight
Cheers.
on this
Fantastic.
fine leftover Father's Day?
Yeah.
An easy day for me, man. Just kept care of some plants, filled up some 200-gallon pots, got some 9-pound hammers, got a beautiful blueberry back. Man, I haven't seen a good blueberry like that in years, man. This guy smoked me up a blueberry, gave me a clone. Shit. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And this is not like a DJ Short shitty fucking blueberry that has a terrace with no yield. This is like real deal Holyfield.
Oh, you're missing part of the ear, motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real deal right there, man.
I don't know. Blueberry terps is always that one that you want, right? You may have sampled it once in a while, but that real blueberry, oh man. Like I thought the blueberry that I had from the Blue Dream was good, but this one just crushed it. And it's not such a big bud problem. Like you don't want big buds up here in fucking outdoors, right? You just don't want that shit. Just mold issues and your anticipated yield just goes down. Anything beyond 2 inches, man, you're fucked. Well, you're not fucked. You
So that's
depend
the
on
topic.
your
Do
gear
you
a lot, right?
Do you think big buds are a hallmark of a good grow?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good grow usually. You know, you maximize the plant's potential anyways, yield-wise. But it not necessarily means great cannabis, so.
So would it be the hallmark then?
Of great cannabis or of a big
good
bud?
job growing. I mean, is that like a measure to say, hey, I did a good job growing? I had these big 2-liter size buds.
Well, that's when we got to consider like the quality of the high versus the quality of the yield. All right, you can get both, but that's rare. I think majority of the better cannabis has a smaller yield
How
versus
much work
bigger
is
stuff.
involved in the end product too, as far as that goes. I mean, how much trimming is involved? Some plants are a pain in the ass. You know.
True enough, Johnny, man. You get a lot of those little cookie strains, man. All of a sudden, you know, a 4-foot plant could yield you like 8 ounces with ease. Those dense little nuggets, although, you know, 1.5 inches. I'm always surprised about the cookie cultivars.
Well, that Amy Aces, she's pretty rock hard. She'll break a window.
Yeah, that's another thing too. We could probably talk about is that, you know, bud density versus potential harvest problems. You know, I guess indoor growers never think of that shit, but you do. You know, you obviously, even when you get the big buds indoors, you sort of want to break it up and kind of expose that, you know, inner stock there. You will get some mold if you're up in the 60s, anyways, right? Some of those big fucking NYCD buds, you know. Man, those diesel buds are crazy.
I've never really considered that a quality thing or even a good measure of a good grow being like a ginormous bud like that. To me, that's always looked like it's been like overfed or even given too much of like a hormone or something to like express them that way. I don't know, but I don't know. And the years that I've had them or had in the past when I've had it like that, it's never been an enjoyable thing. Not to trim, not to smoke, none of that. You know?
Big buds?
No, that's
Go ahead.
fuck yeah. Them big bugs are asking for trouble, man. I even break them down when they're drying, you know, as
Yep.
much as possible. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like the dryer because I can break them down and dry them out a little quicker like that. And just leaving them to hang's the recipe for fucking rot. All that work you put into it, and you're just leaving it up to chance like that. Fuck that. Not to mention
Yeah,
that Smiley was talking proper storage, you know. Fuck that. I'd rather break it down into nugs. Take a picture of it and break it down into nugs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the people don't like that big stock in the middle of it too, right? Like a big nugget usually has a pretty big stock, you know. Like I remember winning big bud competitions with like 2 ounce nuggets, right? And the only qualification is that all the buds have to touch each other, right? You can have a little bit of stock, but you gotta have mostly all bud. That's to touch each other, man. And you get to the
And
lowers, and can I ask you if
not
you
to
ever got that?
mention,
Go ahead.
too, I'm not necessarily running a sea of green to where each little plant's running a single cola, or you know what I mean. It's running an air miracle stem cola, basically that single top cola. You know, only that's being done in a tester phase when I haven't topped and I'm getting that one single big cola. Any other time
Right.
I run that plan, I'm topping, and it's not necessarily an option to have that just one huge cola. All the energy is being spread out throughout the plant. You know what I mean? I'm not shooting for that big node.
I do kind of like that Uncle Reefer style, right? His grow, well, he used to grow, you know, that single dominant big bud style, single, you know, 900 milliliter pot filled up with cocoa, stacked in like sardines, everything stripped down. Just that main cola. It's a pretty cool technique, man. But I guarantee he probably does take all his nuggets apart. He doesn't leave that big bitch exposed. You know, a lot of time, especially with us, you know, outdoor growers, we don't have indoor facilities to dry our crops. Well, I don't, anyways. Indoor facility just being a barn, I don't have a controlled atmosphere per se, right? Like my techniques is almost, you know, mercy of Mother Nature sometimes. And I'm always surprised at how a barn with gas in it can dry shit out. But you're bad season, man. Shit. You gotta bust out the poly, help the barn out, bring the dehues. Man, I fucking hate harvest.
There's other ways and systems like that. That's where you kind of start whole plant and fucking, you know, and dictate leaf how bad you're gonna strip that thing, you know, according to your temperature and stuff like that. You know, if you're expecting a super dry time when you're in your barn there, you might want to leave a little more leaf on there. You're
Oh
expecting
yeah.
it to be humid as fuck, buck that thing down to nothing but the buds, get a couple
Oh man,
fans going and shit
most
like
people
that.
wouldn't even believe what I do. Like we run giant lines across fucking fields, right? And we hang these bitches up on cable. All right. And we'll leave it out there. Sometimes depends on the weather, 10, 12 days straight up, dude. Up hanging upside down. If it rains, who fucking cares? We can't be bothered with every crop like that. And we'll go along and we'll get someone to inspect it quickly. And if there's any fuzzy mold, it gets cut right away. It's just gone. But I'm always surprised at like the lack of mold. Just a plant hanging up in the middle of the woods, right in the field. I'm always surprised, dude.
Plenty of airflow.
Yeah, plenty of airflow for sure. But there's also like just a plant exposed. It's like, oh man, that's gonna mold right up. I mean, we're fucked, dude. But there's actually a technique I took from these Oriental fellas. They took me into a crop and showed me how they did it. I was impressed. I was like, fuck, this is the way you have to handle these large numbers, right? There's no other options unless you want to bring a bigger crew. But a certain size of crop you're just left, you can't transfer the plant so far with such weight. You gotta get at least half dry.
Crazy. I just ran into a guy this week or the other day that was he buys like the whole plant. So you know, like if you're like you were describing the major, you grow it and you don't have the room to dry it or whatever. He's the guy just pay cash for the size plant and whatever. Kind of. I'm assuming he does it kind of like just off the cuff, looking at it. I'll fucking hand you this, you know. But he comes and chops the whole thing, takes it and hangs it, dries it himself, all that.
Yeah, I had a concept about that. About I was going to call it raw cannabis. Save me from trimming all my shit, and you can see the fade in the fan leaves. You can judge the, the quality of the fade if you overdosed it. All that shit, you can definitely get advantage of seeing those leaves, right? Where most of the time we just strip it all off. It's almost like gotta hide it, right? You don't want that. You get a beautiful fade, all of a sudden people start complaining about being yellow and brown near the bud. You're like, well, that's because I let it fade too much, dude. It should be awesome, clean smoke. But all of a sudden they're like, you got anything else? Yes, I do. I got this over fertilized green shit over here for you. And yes, I do have the odd crop that I just spread that fucking Dega fucking chemical salt shit. Well, we also have crops that we don't do any modifications at all. It's just straight up natural. Which I prefer, it's always nice to have that little 3-foot plant that you didn't do anything to. Just a beautiful 3x3. You're like, just beautiful. Like, that's no support needed. Nothing.
Well, them big old butts are sexy, but you know what I mean? They're worrisome. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can control some of that stuff, like with the lack of inputs. If 1 year you're kind of fading out large, I don't know if that's true or not. There are a couple crops that does seem like after year 15, year 17, we're in some of these locations that it is almost like we've got to modify something now. Like there are some growth issues that seem to be coming up that we never had, including that week 6 fade where it's all yellow. You're like, fuck, 2 more weeks, come on, man, maybe even 3 needed. So that's pretty rare. That I'm gonna have to say that possible that somehow we fucked up Mother Earth this month. There's possibly one of my boys added some shit that I didn't know about, fucked it all up, made some copper shit. I have no idea, but it does seem like that some of our older areas are requiring some analytical information, from that shit. Need a soil test for my crops now.
They got crop rotation, man. You need to throw some alfalfa in there or something, let it grow.
Well, if you're, I'll take a picture of this shit. Are in between the plants is still natural vegetation. It's not like this is heavily tilled area. This is just natural holes that were built up, and the stems are still there, right? You leave a good 8-inch stalk, you come back, the ancient 8-inch stock's still there. It's easy to find your hole. You pull that fucker out, put it in. It's the easiest transplant in the world. We're talking about like 100 plants an hour type of deal, right? You can just push them in, no problem.
That's weird. Must be like a pH shift or something weird. I don't know.
I remember some dude saying something about copper. So it was like that copper shit we needed and some sulfur. So it's like, all right, group approved it. Do it. And ever since then, to be honest with you, that it's, that copper. I remember looking at copper, and I believe it's between 8 and 20 parts per million they want, right? And whatever that does, I'm sure it's important, but when it's such a low number, I don't think we should be fucking with stuff like that.
What do you mean, like trying to add it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, trying to fix that issue when it's such a low number. Maybe it's 50 parts per million, but something in my head says it's only like 8 that you want on the copper.
I think it's even less. Yeah, it's not. It's very, very minuscule amount.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's got to be there. It's not going to function. So like, if you don't have it and you don't add it, you're gonna have issue too. So you got to try to get it in there somehow,
Mm-hmm. True enough. Did you happen to do you were dealing with iron issues, weren't you, Smiley? You got an iron, not copper.
No, it was manganese, copper, and iron. Oh, those are the main three. Which is fucking weird because it's like such a same thing. It was like a super, super teeny tiny amount. And I'm like, not buying boron to fucking add this little, like, it was like, I forget, I'd have to look. It was,
Shit, Smiley. Fuck, dude, it wasn't copper.
in the whole yard and shit. It was like so small amount.
How do you mix in a drop of boron in like a pile of soil and you know you've got it evenly dispersed? You know what I mean?
Yeah, any hope you watered it in, I guess. Carrying it.
Yeah, it was Borsil, I think it's called, the product. Right? It's a cheap boron supply. What was that again?
Solubor or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I remember 1 year that was approved too, that product. So it's copper and boron, all that small shit. Man, when you add too much of it, which I presume, of course, we did. world of hate, man. All of a sudden on amendments, right? It's just like you have samples of. You don't know what these kids do once in a while, man.
Yeah, it's nice having the like soil report or the test done. Is you kind of having, not that their tests are exactly accurate because it's still a sample or whatever, but it's like you got a direction of kind of an area to be. So like, I don't know, get an idea how much to add after that.
And when you do that, Smiley, you bounce around from pot to pot, right? Different areas.
I don't mark them, so I guess there's a chance that it's, you know what I mean, I'm grabbing some from the same pot, but I try to grab it from 4 different ones. Yeah. Eagle's killing me with the gopher.
I know, man. It's just driving.
Is that what that's supposed to be? Yeah, is that our groundhog or a beaver without his teeth, man? He got knocked out or something.
So,
what's up, green fingers, man? You pop more seeds?
You're muted, Eagle. Or I mean, puppy dog.
better one, better two, better one, better two.
Number 2 looks friendlier. That looks like a bad motherfucker there.
Yeah, you too intimidated, chipmunk.
Yeah.
That's some funny shit.
Fuck you, squirrels. You know, actually, as a kid, I had like.
You're afraid of squirrels, aren't you? Really? They're going after my nuts, Mom.
I'm telling you, man. These motherfucking squirrels lived above my bed. I was the guy on the top bunk. My brother has he got the lower bunk, so I got the top bunk. And these fuckers would scratch the ceiling, and it just bugged me. I'd hear it and just stare at the ceiling all fucking night. Motherfuckers. Fuck you, flying squirrels. And of course, my old man liked the flying squirrels, so he didn't do nothing about them. I think eventually they moved on or whatever. But yeah, you don't want squirrels in your attic chewing shit, making mess, but whatever.
Disease, man.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like mice, right? We've been living along with mice so long. Yeah, sure, 1 in a trillion odd event might happen.
When it happens, and nobody knows. Everybody dies. Everybody dies.
Yeah, it's already around like that monkeypox shit.
Hey, we'll know when it's happening. We'll know it. Trust me.
Talking about pests and shit. When I was living in Pennsylvania, right there outside of right on the border of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, near Bangor, Pennsylvania. This area, this man had an 1842 farmhouse that he had been living in for a while. And when I was out there, one night I was out there checking out the property on it, and I noticed something coming out of the chimney. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And then I also noticed that there was something coming out of the side of the house too. And it was always right around dusk. And I thought, what the heck is this shit, man? Because I wasn't really paying attention. I would just see glimpses of something going on. So one night I got there and I'm sitting there checking this place out, watching the wall, and 3 at a time bats were going flying out. And in a little bit, 3 more would come flying out. And it did the same thing out of the chimney. This guy had a bat cave inside of the attic rafters. The whole upstairs, a 20 by 30 room, was absolutely filled with bat guano and all kinds of shit, all up inside this stuff, and it'd been up in there for years.
That's so gross.
And,
I think he'd smell
oh
that.
my god, dude! When you went up into the attic, there was a hint of a. It was a finished attic, so it was finished off, but there was a hint of something up there, and you really couldn't figure out what it was. Even in the crawl spaces in the attic, you didn't see any bat debris or anything like that up in there, because they got into certain areas and they just literally loaded up the whole upper section full of it. And when I found out that this was going on, I said, I called up the family members and I let them know that we have a bit of an issue at the house. So they came in and it took them a month to evacuate and clear it out. First, they had to put netting up and block up all the holes and everything, and after they would come at night when they all came out, and then they would start blocking at the holes where the bats were coming out, because there was only a few holes that they had that were accessed. And so they did that, and then they started doing the cleanup throughout all the attic, tearing everything out, pulling it. Oh my God, there was amazing, man. It must have been a foot deep easily throughout the whole area of the roof or inside the room, and it was absolutely disgusting. And after they got that taken care of, next thing you know, they started going down into the chimney, and they were in the fireplace. And he wasn't using the fireplace. So when I looked out into the grand room where this guy was, where he was at, I saw something flying around in there, and the damn bats were in the house now. We had like 4 or 5 bats flying around in a bombardier type pattern, looking for bugs and shit inside this guy's house. And the only way for me to get him out of there was using a broom. And I would stick the broom up in the air, and they would land on the broom. And then I could go to a window, open up the window, and let him out. That's how I had to get him out of it. It was.
Well, now we know how to catch bats, Johnny. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, well, it was a technique I used a lot of different ways trying to do it. Throwing shoes and towels and all kinds of different shit at it. Nothing worked until I put a broom up in the air and it would land on the broom.
Yeah. I don't know about that guano stuff anyways, man. I used to use it, and then you did a little bit of research, and all of a sudden you like realize that these guys just go in and just demolish these caves. And a little bit of ecosystem that's there, they demolish. I don't think they destroy the bat population, of course, because that's their income. But I try not to use that guano stuff anymore.
Yeah, I thought they humanely got rid of the bats. They came in at night after they went out and then blocked the holes. So when they were out there eating,
I'm referring to actually caves, like actual collection of
yeah,
massive amounts of it.
what you're saying.
But yeah, fuck the bats around your house. Yeah, that net around your house, man. I remember installing that stuff, and it was the first time a ladder kicked out from me. And I rode that bitch down. Then my feet didn't get caught in between the ladder and I just put it on the side and rode that. Boom.
Yeah,
Now
after
I
they
nail
sealed
all my
everything
ladders.
up on the house, after they sealed everything up on the house, the bats started going into the shutters that were on the side of the house. They were in the back of them.
I was going to
They
say it's
just,
probably that,
they,
that's just to make a bad house for them.
yeah,
Bats trying to eat me.
definitely a bat cave. They knew it was home for such a long time. It was hard to get rid of them. You know.
It's funny. That's where I thought you were going with that story at first, Johnny, is that you got a load of fucking bat guano from this guy's attic or something.
You know, I tried.
Burn all my
tried
plants.
Right?
I actually tried to, and they got rid of it, and they wouldn't let me. They said no, because it's a hazard, you know. So they said no, we got to get rid of it. Sorry, and they wouldn't let me get one bag of the shit. You know what I'm saying? It pissed me off.
I just need a bag of shit, man.
All I want is a bag of that shit, man. Come on. I found
They're
them.
not taking away for free.
Yeah, you know, I wonder what they did with that. I'll bet they researched and found out where they could sell it. And, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
They said,
It's
no, it's coming out of my bottom dollar.
To me, it sounds like the site super wanted it. He's like, oh, no, Johnny, that's a hazard. Put it back in my truck. I'll get rid of that. Yeah. All the good
That's what
stuff
I
goes in
was
super.
thinking, too. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, and I couldn't have the client in the house at that moment too while they were doing that. It was a mess. Yeah, it was a 3-story house, and the attic was the 3rd story. But those 1835, man, it actually had shale roof on it, shale tile. You know, taken right out of the rivers and shit right around them.
Cool.
That's a fancy house for sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I've done a place with soapstone before. That's pretty fucking fancy.
Really?
What?
Yep.
Roof?
No, the finish on the inside of a room. That's what the fanciest shit I've worked with.
Yeah, that's fun working on house.
Yeah, I like working on houses. Fucking right. Everything's different all the time.
Well, you never come across the same problem twice.
Well, it's always the same problem. It's the client. Our industry up here is dependent on a lot of rich people, like all the lakes and stuff we work on, and most of our shit's on Georgian Bay. And I love working on the bay. It's always cooler, and there's always the water there. But the clients, man, you put it up, they look at it. Like you can spend weeks putting on plywood with 1/8 of an inch gap between all these sheets, and they have this design and pattern. You do it, and you put it up. They look at it and they're like, you know what? Let's switch it up. Let's put a 1/2 inch gap in this and paint it black. The gaps. It's like, yep, that's going to take another 4 weeks, but we can do that, sir. No problem. You smile, but behind you, you're like, fuck. As if I spent all that time doing that shit. But
Man,
does it really matter?
That's when you set up a fucking like a jig of some sort. Get the router
Oh
out.
no, man. This was on a motherfucking boathouse. It was on a square. Everything was custom. Oh man, it was a bitch, dude. Fuck. But you learn good corner carpentry and try and line everything up, man. Fuck. Yeah, a lot of wasted sheets of plywood too. Eventually templates, a whole bunch of shit you did. Before you cut the good plywood, because plywood even back then was $80, but now a sheet of plywood's 120 for that good sided birch up here.
So Eagle, you gonna make the rounds? You said you were gonna start doing events. I heard her listed off a bunch of them. I was like, oh shit.
I'm gonna hit a few, that's for sure. Definitely gonna hit a few this year.
What's the next one you got in mind?
The Country Roots.
Oh, yeah.
Country Roots event is the next one I'm gonna go cover. You know, I think that 3-day event, I figure, because I'm not used to, that being the priority of being there. You know what I mean? So I kind of figure if I go that full 3 days, I could go hit things Friday and kind of talk to the vendors like I did the last time, and then kind of hang out and, do some of the special shit, Saturday and Sunday, see if they've got some speakers or the entertainment aspect of it, and more chilled, laid back, be able to enjoy, being there.
Smiley, you just did an event, didn't you, this past weekend?
Yeah.
How was that, brother?
It was cool. It was fun. Really cool. Did you see the I posted a little thing of the band they had playing there, Eagle? They had a plant that was playing music with the band. They had them hooked up
A
like
plant?
yeah, like how Midnight Roots, Jake hooks those up, you know what I mean? They had one hooked up on the fucking stage with them, and they
No way,
jamming out.
really?
This plant was legit fucking jamming with them, dude. And then they'd like stop playing, and the fucking plant would be the one playing and the piano or whatever and shit. It's
Oh
cool.
my god, that is so cool.
Mhm.
Gives me goosebumps.
Right?
Fucking badass. I forget what the band was called too. Cosmic or something or other. I forget. I think the plant that was playing, they called them Cosmic Splooge or something.
Hear that shit, Eagles?
Or maybe that was-
Somebody took your idea to stage.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking
That's
cool.
what I'm talking about. Man, it would be really cool to get
Shit like that, I'd wish I caught.
right? 5 unique plants up on the stage, and they're all playing a different tune, instrument. Shit.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if they could do that. Hook them to different like sound effects or something, and then
Right.
I wonder if they'd
Yeah.
start vibing with each other and like make some crazy fucking.
I was just thinking that too, Smiley. I was like, imagine if we had a bunch of those machines and we started hooking them up to the plants, start asking questions, start feeding them things, see the response. If there could be a communication to establish there, if I'd definitely try it. I talk to my plants anyways.
Have to get a Venus flytrap for the lead singer.
20.
It had to be an auto, man. That'd be easy to get rid of the lead singer then, right? Be like, yep, see you later, buddy. You're no good. Next.
Yeah, then they'd say, looks like you autos can't sing either.
Yeah, that's the downfall of the autos, man. Bad vibrations.
They can't hold a tune. Like they can't hold a tone. Just tone deaf. Fucking-
You must be tone deaf if you're growing an auto.
yeah, like Whitney Houston, but more like when she wasn't doing good. Sorry.
Apparently, long-term use of cannabis affects your cognitive abilities. One of those Canadian researchers motherfuckers just came up with some bullshit. My wifey heard it on the radio. I didn't say what, of course, the definition of high-term use was. I presume that's daily.
Daily use.
Yeah, of course. What's that, right? Like, I smoke
How
daily, but I smoke,
much
sometimes
What-
ounce a day, where some people might smoke daily and
What
they
the
smoke,
hell?
maybe 3 grams a day?
How the hell do you smoke an ounce a day?
Well, honestly, I don't keep track, but I can tell you my baggies go down. fast. Usually, if
You
I'm
do
at work, I
anything?
best pass out the
Oh,
J
you
bombs,
you
man.
just
No
smoke
problem.
all
Pop,
day?
pop, pop, pop,
Like,
pop.
damn. I
Well,
gotta
when I
do
say I smoke,
something.
my wife smokes it. I smoke it. My boys smoke it.
Okay, that's
You know.
different. That's not just you by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I can't say.
Um,
Oh no, I doubt
I
if I.
might smoke
No, it's
like
almost impossible.
a
I
quarter a
probably only
day.
smoke maybe.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah,
yeah,
about a quarter probably.
but then like, yeah, who knows? It might be a lot more.
Yeah, depends on the day, right?
Just like 5 joints or roaches in front of me from, I guess, one every hour, a joint every hour. That's, I don't know.
That's probably average. Yeah. If I need it or not, it doesn't matter, right? I'll toke up.
Yeah, depends. If I take a weed nap, then that's when I don't smoke. You know, I'm taking a fucking weed nap, dude. Fuck,
I
I
gotta
didn't
take a
smoke for
break.
4 hours.
Your tolerance, my tolerance break ends and I wake up. Shit.
I do that every day. I'm like, dude, I finally get to smoke. When I wake up, I'm like, the first thing I do, drink like 20 chugs of water, and then I smoke. And then
It's like, oh baby, I missed you,
I'm like,
right?
no, I'm like, damn, I should have waited till after I ate so I could appreciate smoking and feeling the shit. So I'd be like, oh fuck, I need to smoke now. Fuck, not just I smoke. Fuck, fucked it all up. Now I'm
You
just
know what you do?
breathing.
You smoke before and after. Come on now, weed nerd. We know what you do.
Yeah, but sometimes I shower in the morning, food and all that shit. Then you smoke after, and it just makes you feel different. It's like, oh fuck
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's like
sure.
really breaking fast. It's like now I broke fast. Even after you eat, it's like now I get to smoke.
Ring fingers, you probably wake up with a joint.
That's the best part of a weed nap is you can wake up and have wake and bake all over again.
Right? The pleasure of, yes, indeed.
Sometimes you wake up too high still. You're like, fuck, I'm high. Let me take a second weed nap. Like,
Oh, we could talk about that. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some cultivars that you can call like I don't know, your body doesn't seem to process whatever's left over, right? Whatever you're toked up, you definitely smoke some varieties that you wake up and you're still stoned. You're like, what the hell? I'm groggy shit. You can smoke
Yes.
other cultivars that don't have that little hangover.
Yeah.
It sure seems that way anyways. I know there's some that I'm like, God, I don't know if I want to smoke that.
Yeah, you're right.
Edibles and cannabis events. That's the only time I ever had a fucking weed hangover.
Really? Edibles don't give me that hangover. I don't know why. They make me feel better when I wake up, like, because it's still like working, I guess. It's not like in that middle where it's like, am I still really high from that or not? It's just like, you're still high.
That's day 3.
That's
Day
funny.
1's getting all fucked up on the edibles. It's a party, man. Fucking little bit of this, little bit of that. Fucking yeah, I'm eating that fucking. It's like going to the fucking buffet and shit every time you go to the kitchen with the edibles and shit. Little bit here, little bit. Yeah, that's good. Tore
Yeah.
up that first day.
Yummy.
Next day's all fucking hungover. You don't want to do shit. Fucking watching TV. You go back in, the whole alcohol, fucking hair of the dog. Yeah, one more. Fucking. That day, you're fucking just again, just kind of couch lag. Day three, it's like a vitamin. You eat it, and it's like, yeah, all right, yeah, now I feel good. Let's get some shit done. But it takes me 3 days to get to that. Yeah, the second day is always good weed hang.
So Smiley, what was the popular pick on your booth there, man? What did everyone's like? Oh, give me that one.
Raspberries pre-rolls sold out. Boom.
Did you sell any beans at all?
I did, yeah.
How'd you do on that? What was the hot one on that?
The hippie goggles was probably the more popular, and then the
It's a great name.
that Burnside did go, and some of the Sky Stomper. But they're all good, man. They're all good ones.
Most definitely.
Handed some out, gave them around. It's fun.
Best part about it,
This is my
at least
daughter's
you had
first,
fun.
first event though, so she was having fun. That's kind of funny.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Your oldest daughter or what?
Yeah. Yeah. She got her medical card, so she's 20. She's not 21. So like Big Cloud, she was gonna go to that last one a few weeks ago at Big Cloud Farm, but they made it so it was like 21 and up. You couldn't, we were trying to ask, we're like, she's got her medical card. They're like, nope, it's all 21 and up. It's like they didn't give a fuck about your medical card.
About age. Wow.
But she'll be there soon enough. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, she had fun. She was lit. Came home.
Very cool. So when you set it up, Smiley, did you have like the seeds with the bud and the pictures of the plants? So like how did you do that, man?
No, we just had a table. So my daughter does those rolling trays. She did some like stash jars with like Father's Day stuff written on them or whatever. A few of those went, and like yeah, so we just kind of laid that out and had some seeds sitting on it, and had some pre-rolls sitting out, and
Pre-rolls of the
That was
smoke of the
the-
seeds you could buy though?
the Sky Stomper was, yeah, we had pre-rolls of the seeds.
See, that's a cool idea. That's cool, man. That would be real cool to come out to a booth. Let me see that. Oh, let me smell it. Okay, smoke this? Absolutely. You smoke it, then you'd be like, oh, that hit me perfect. I like that. Oh, what's that one? Ooh, that hit me even better. You just like, well, I'll take a ball.
Yeah.
Especially if you know you had to fire like the fucking that rascal berries, man. Which I think Sin City's making the F2s, eh?
Yeah, I think they are releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
To the rascal. I don't know if I'm gonna grab them, but I got a pack of the other, the original ones that I ran or found this pheno from. I got another pack that actually the dude that I shared the booth with is a friend of mine from in the area, and he won that fucking Sin City collector's box or whatever. So I ended up buying it.
Motherfucker. He must be because
He
the
won
lower
that,
was
and
fire.
he won a fucking Curador. He's won like so much shit on those fucking Instagram contests. It's like stupid how much shit he won on them, dude. Like every time I
Yeah.
talk to you, like, oh, fuck it. He won some other dude's like seed box too. There was another breeder, and I can't think of it, but they had like a collector's box like that, and he fucking won that thing too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're selling that collector's box up here for $14,000. There's a dude that has one.
No shit.
So
Damn.
that's a score.
Yeah, it's 100 packs of seeds, Johnny. Sin City's like it was like even the ones that have been sold out and shit. Like there were packs that they saved for this collector's box or whatever. No blue
You gotta
line
admit,
pie in there though. No blue line pie. That was bullshit. It's bullshit.
well, you get the F2s from the major, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, Sin City is so underrated. Like no one ever heard it. You tell them where it's from, they're like, "Who's that? Where's it? Oh, yeah. It sounds Spanish. Is that in Spain?" I'm like, "No, man, that's straight up fucking Vegas's fire, man. Like Sin City, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, where are they from?
There,
From your area, aren't you in Las Vegas?
your neck of the desert.
Yeah, just down the road from you, Johnny.
They've
He's
been
your
at
neighbor.
it a long
Your
time.
neck of the
But
world.
to sit there and have 100 crosses that you can release in a collector's box, you fucking been breeding for a minute. Coming up with 100 crosses like that.
Well, you got, I mean, a lot of it's the blue power and their Sin Mint there, right? A lot of it's a cross with an elite clone. So it's one of those breeders who you would almost say he's not really breeding. He just has his, his studs that he crosses everything with.
Quite a bit of different work.
Ghost Space Mints.
Ooh.
Ghost Space Mints.
Out of all the growers I know, you buy the most dispensary weed out of anybody I know that grows weed.
His boss does that. Smiley. His boss
Yeah,
does
she
that.
she compares it to my weed. She's comparing the weed to. She's like, "This is what I'm comparing your shit to." I'm like, "Fuck." That's what you're comparing it to, I guess. But
So what do you think? Is it legit or what?
this shit's pretty legit. I'll give them credit. They're good. The pink rose actually is a good one. They it sticks to my finger when I break it up. Like straight sticks to it. The rest of the shit usually crumbles. So
That's dope.
first time it's actually stuck to my fingers. Like buds. Buddy Kilowatts fucking flower was the stickiest shit I've had in a long time. But this almost as sticky. Gotta give him a little credit, even though I don't know the price. She only got it because it was cheap. She bought one, got one free or some shit.
Father's Day. Birthday.
But I don't know. Shit's strong. The Peak Rose is strong, dude. That's the one that makes me take a weed nap out of those ones.
What's up, peeps?
Oh,
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers, Sal.
Scared the
So
shit out of
can.
me.
what's up, Sal?
American one.
Ooh, Robert.
SoCal. You snuck in too, SoCal. Or were you here all along?
Dude, I didn't get the notifications. I checked back like 3 times, and then finally I went to a different thing, and you popped up. How long you guys been hanging?
Yeah.
Not since right after the girls got off, right?
Yeah, we've been here for about
Yeah,
4
the
hours.
notifications thing's getting ridiculous. I've been reported like every day for like 20 days fucking straight. So it's starting to take
Oh,
its
shit.
toll a little bit on the notifications.
I have to double check every time now.
Mm.
So he's
What
got
does
they're that disciplined to fucking hit it every day. Like, really?
so
That's a fan right there. That's super fan shit, dude.
Yeah.
it's Cheddar Bob,
thank you.
super fan. Is it
What's up, SoCal?
what's happening, guys? Hey, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
Yeah, all you guys got to pass the goalie. Happy day. It's a little late.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
Father's
Father's
Day
Day.
to all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, happy
Right?
Father's Day. That is saying- Happy Father's Day.
I call a friend of mine up on every Mother's Day,
Technically,
and I wish him a happy
wasn't a
motherfucker's day.
motherfucker, but until after. But
Well, yeah, but you
does that
know,
make you a motherfucker still if she was not a mother until
Yeah.
after?
well,
I was
if
a
you made her a
motherfucker.
mother, then you're the motherfucker, right?
I'm a motherfucker. I didn't have any kids. Fucked a bunch of mothers.
Hey, I'm on that same high five.
You're that
bro.
motherfucker I read about in the newspaper.
I feel you.
I was like, when she's got a kid, that just tells you she puts out, man. You gotta fucking know.
Right?
Yeah. Have you ever had somebody else's kid call you daddy before? That's weird. It's like,
No,
the dad, can we go to the? I'm like, I am not your dad, dude. Well, let's go. Let's go to the store. You know, I'm
Oh,
not your dad.
dude, you said that to him? Come on,
He's a black
man.
kid, dude. Come on.
Who
How am I
cares?
your daddy? I'm
Who
white.
cares?
He's like,
Come
he's
on,
like
man.
9 years
No.
old, 10 years
Are
old.
you?
Dad,
I bet you
we go
that
to the
woman
store?
looked at you with such scorn in her heart. Guarantee that was the
seen him-
last time
That
you
was the first
dated
day I
her.
ever seen the kid. First day you
What?
see a kid? No, first day I met him.
Dude,
I'm like, no,
my
I'm not your
dad's
daddy. You know
black.
I'm not your daddy. Like, you
Just
know
say,
I'm not
so
your daddy.
let's come on, Sonny. We'll take you anywhere.
We used to know his dad. Come
As
on.
long as your
I
mom,
knew his
as long
dad.
as your mama treats me right.
I knew his dad. So I'm like, no, you know your dad. You live with your dad, fool. Like, I am not your dad, homie. Like,
Ooh,
Maybe you thought it was like a brother thing.
it
Dad?
was. He was just doing that to go get some free shit. It was funny.
He was trying to work you.
It's
Yeah, his
hustling.
mom like
Yeah.
spanked the shit out of him. His mom smacked the shit out of him. I'm like, boy, you know your dad. Go to your dad's now. You're going to your dad. We're gonna send you to your dad. Yeah, took him to his dad.
You could have been. It might have been a Steve. What's his name in the jerk reversed.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Well, who is that?
born
Steve. What's his
poor
last
little
name?
white kid.
Steve
instead.
Martin.
He's like,
Steve Martin. Yeah.
Yeah.
damn, it could have been the jerk in reverse. I didn't think about that shit at all.
And then that was a funny movie, dude. Like that,
That was
probably
the best.
could that make it on air today?
Oh fuck! I forgot about society and the way they are.
Yeah.
Because
When
I'm
the
just
white
stuck in
music
Yeah.
comes on. And he's like,
I seen it a few years
the
ago
rhythm.
on
Few
TV.
years ago, yeah, but that few years ago have changed. I mean, that shit's changed since 2-3 years.
Well, they
It's
can
the
edit
same
that.
dude.
They can edit certain shit out. But that's pretty funny. The guy shooting at him, and he's like, "These oil cans are defective," and the guy's shooting him with the oil cans.
Just,
Hey, am I
it's
just
a regular
really
stuff.
high, or does Eagle look like a fucking cartoon dog?
He got a haircut.
Can I have to live with it? Live
He
with
just
it.
he was in the sun a bit too long today.
He went and got himself a new hoodie.
Are you like leaning over like that?
So I don't know if it was for Father's Day or not, but I caught this like I think it was a meme or TikTok, whatever you call it. But it was this dude, this white dude's like, having your testicles removed doesn't mean you can't have kids. Or my girlfriend informed me that it just changes the skin color of the baby. I was just fucking dying over that one.
Oh my lord, that's too good. Thank you.
Doesn't mean you can't have kids. It just means they're gonna be a different color.
That's really fucking true shit.
Shit ain't right, but it's funny.
Really, really true shit.
Absolutely
Jesus
funny. Wow.
That's fucked.
My old man used
So
to
I
say
went
someone snuck behind the woodshed.
Right?
When you see that, white Tanville dude, white, ooh, interesting.
Someone snuck behind me. What you did there?
The woodshed.
Woodshed. See, I'm thinking of the milkman. It's like that's what we used to get told. The milkman, the mailman. It's like, which one's your dad? The
Right.
milkman, the mailman. It was like, which what the fuck?
What are you
That's what the
talking
old
about?
people would say. All the old people, my great like my nana and them, like they would say that shit because my dad was white and my mom was Mexican, so the color, I was white as hell, my sister was dark, and we didn't look like we were related at all. Like, it's like what the fuck? That's my sister, full-blooded sister. She don't look like nothing like me.
Like some of them seed packs we pop.
I don't know. I think that's a good thing once in a while, right?
It's a good thing sometimes. I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
And usually, if they're all the same, that just means it's a dominant trait, right? It's not like they work the line. It's like, oh, here's a real F1, man. They're all going to look the same and fucking perform the same. No, it's all going to be, if it's that way, I bet you it might be a land race situation, but I don't know if there are any land races really left to get the real F1.
What are you talking about?
But
One.
Man race is just so Smiley.
Those are the ways to get to a stable.
yeah,
Talking
you,
about
True
crossing
F1s.
yeah, real F1 would be with stable genetics, right? You cross them,
Yeah.
outcross them.
Or if
Or
you
what we have are
inbreed
just
line breed them, inbreed them, back cross it 100 billion times to the same thing.
yeah, exactly.
You choose
And so
the
these
right
guys
one.
just cross it up and they say, oh, look at it. Look how stable my shit is. He's just lucky enough that he found one that has a dominant gene and it just makes everything look the same.
Something that overpowers everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you call it?
He made a F1.
Seed giveaway now? Is that what you're talking?
Working it out.
That's
That's what he said.
great time.
That's what I heard.
It's been a while since
Yeah.
anyone got some seeds, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, Smiley, you are
Very
on
good.
point. I was reading that same shit.
Smiley has already some pre-packaged. He's ready to give them away too.
I'm just laughing because, like, I don't know. You're doing seeds too, you fucker. So
I'm just producing seeds. I'm not a breeder, though, right?
I like how
Yeah.
Major is always trying to give away everybody else's shit.
Alien OG, cross with Alien and OG. That's from Sin City Seeds.
Old Van Halen OG.
Alien OG cross with Alien OG. Yeah. I think they call it something different though. I call the Alien OG because it's like it's the Alien OG cross with cinnamon. That's what the fuck that is.
I don't want to call one now. I want to call one Van Halen OG. And it tastes like Eddie Van Halen's playing guitar in front of your face.
that flavor is good, I presume.
Yeah, man. Rocks you.
All right. We'll do that. And I got some beautiful loser. Rock with the primal punch.
Wait a second. You got beautiful loser?
Yeah, from Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can send you some of these bad boys. I got like
Yeah, send me one of those.
I made a mad pack of this shit.
Send me some of those.
Yeah.
Hit me up, motherfuckers.
I don't even
I
know your
agree.
name on fucking.
No, you got to pick the
Instagram.
right
I can't
number,
find you on
dude.
Instagram.
You
son
guys
of a
got to
bitch.
pick. You guys got to pick the right number.
It's one. I won.
And that beautiful loser that I selected out of the fucking 20 pack the Eagle sent me is a beautiful purple motherfucker. I picked it because it actually grew good. Like the structure of the bud on this purple was spectacular. Like I find most purples don't have a good structure to it. Like real dark motherfucking purples. Like this is like dark purple. I crossed it with the primal punch, hoping to get, you know, a little bit of that influence of the GT4 in it.
So are you doing one? I was just.
Yeah, I can do that.
I
Yeah,
just thought
fuck
it
yeah.
was funny place. You're like teasing on all the people making seeds.
Right?
So what would you consider a land race? Like why is that important?
A land race, I think it had to have several generations at the same location, right? And sure enough, yeah, they could be out there, but most of these seed producers don't have, you know, a 7+ generation stabilized genetics, right? And they're all consistent, usually beautiful plants, and you're gonna take that other land race and make an F1. And
But land
I
races
guess that
aren't like homozygous or whatever that where they're all the same, like you're talking though. It's my understanding there's a wide variety, and that's where like the idea of a land race is that you're trying to gain a variety of traits that you can look through to find the ones you're trying to want. The reason people are trying to go back to that is because they're thinking under the line of thought that certain medical cannabinoids would have been not selected for, so they would have been kind of scrapped because we didn't have the knowledge of them back then. Now we have the knowledge for some of these, like the THCV and all that shit. So like certain selection would be made differently off them. So if they can get back to that old, you know, or that variety of genetic that's available in that.
right.
That gene.
I think you're right, Smiley. There are definitely some breeders out there that do have some available stabilized genetics that are probably qualified as land races.
No, but
and stabilized, but with a variety. Like these areas are so massive that there is a variety within that, right? So there is going to be that ultra sativa and that ultra short indica looking thing within these land races, I believe.
No, like if you get all land races if you get, let's say, I don't know, let's just use Congo. You get a land race from Congo, it ain't gonna have no fat leaves in it. It ain't all gonna be the same, but you could use it as an F1 because it's all inbred. It's gonna have that F1 hybrid vigor. If you fuck it with something else that's totally different, that's either stable or inbred to that point, as far as I know.
Right on. Yeah, I agree with that totally. But I see like, oh, you're talking about Congo, like that's an area, but I think like, oh, Africa, like somewhere in Africa, I bet you there's an indica stabilized gene pool with some old head that has, right? I'm sure like the area is so massive that it has to be a indica somewhere.
I think the idea of like a wild, like when you're saying landrace, you're picturing something that's just been left to its own in this little area of the world.
No, it has to be maintained, cultivated for sure.
But
You leave it out enough
I
that
don't think it
mother.
would count as a landrace if it's been cultivated. That's the other thing, though.
Is that okay? That could be a stipulation that I wasn't aware of.
But I don't know. But I always thought, like, whenever I hear landrace, I always picture like the those guys, the strain hunter guys that were trying to go around the world, and they'd go out to the Congo and shit like that, and they're trying to find all those. But the idea there was they were trying to find ones that were like fucking, open pollinated for, long time or whatever. And it's all just those traits that were like dominant in that region, kind of is my understanding. But I don't think they were like all really the same, you know what I mean, at all like that. I think there was a wide range of variability in them.
Well, I think if they're like any farmer, though, right? They're going to have their cream, right? They're going to have that selected bag of cream seeds they keep, and they're going to have that tall motherfucker, and maybe in the field they spread it all out to make the next generation. But I bet you those motherfuckers have a side where they keep that special cultivar, and you trying to keep those unique traits within that family land race, right? I believe they're still there, just like up here at Old Head still have, those 30-year-old strains for sure, just like the captain with his 1922 Death Star type. It's still out there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys want
dude,
the
it is-
actual
And that could be called a land race, I guess, if the Death Star was worked in Ohio for 20 years.
Okay,
No,
why don't
it's
we
not a
put it
land
this
race,
way?
no.
Land race and heirloom.
Yeah, they're different.
Because land race
Ah.
is something that hasn't been touched by man, and heirlooms have. So
Cool.
there's
I
not
like
too
that.
much stuff out there that man hasn't touched that's been in, the wilderness.
Yeah, there is, but it's junk. It ain't worth smoking. There's wild shit everywhere.
But you got to picture it across the population. I mean, just in one plant that you cross, Tao, like there is a range, there's a variability in that because it isn't always perfect. But like in an open pollination, it's not always going to be the same dad that pollinated every seed. You're going to have
Yeah.
I'm saying you have a bigger pool of genetics to draw from is what I think the idea there is. And you're not, because whenever you're selecting something, you're bottlenecking that down to that,
Yeah, but man touch is like you've seen the pictures of Morocco when they're they're just throwing the seeds out, like scattering them. They don't, they're not picking. I don't think they're picking males. Maybe they are now. I mean, like, I don't know, that documentary was like 1990 something, maybe. Wasn't that long ago.
But
They
the
were
thing
just selling
is
seeds.
if you take, seeds from 3 mountains over and you bring them over there and you start to put them out, all of a sudden that's not a land race anymore because you've taken the genetics from 3 mountain ranges over and brought them here and introduced them into those strains.
That's been happening for a long time.
The wind could have blown that pollen maybe over to the other side.
Or a bird dropped a seed.
Interesting thought, man. But I think what Major's really looking at for the true F1 is to have 2 that are homozygous, where they're all so they're true breeding or whatnot.
True seed.
You guys want the Wikipedia definition of land race?
Yes.
So a land race is a domesticated, locally adapted, traditional variety of species of animal or plant that is developed over time through adaptation to its natural cultural environment and architectural. God damn, I can't even fucking see. Architectural and pasteurization. due to isolation from other populations of the species.
But domesticated, not wild though, domesticated.
Domesticated, locally adapted, traditional variety of a species that has developed
yeah.
over time.
Almost.
Something in
So
an area.
what's an heirloom as far as the definition go for an heirloom? Because that almost sounds like an heirloom because it sounds like it's
Domesticated.
designed for. Yeah, it sounds like
I
it's
think that's
designed for a certain.
straight up time. Like it's 50
Sounds
plus
like
years
old.
old.
Yeah, like held fucking genetics that were just regrowing, just those ones, not worked into anything else, you know?
No, but part of that land race said by natural adaptation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, natural adaptation to the environment.
Isolation. Yeah, for sure, man. So you take like I had a wild crop before, but they only last about 3 seasons, right? Like you let seed come back, they're there, come back again, there's gonna be less. You know, animals find these little seeds, and birds and mice love that shit. So eventually, Mother Nature will take over. Like I only have a small 20 plus crop, so it's not that big of a number to say for sure. You need, you definitely need more than 20 spots for a chance for a wild land race to live, right? Like eventually Mother Nature will take over, or it has to be such a size that it's beyond 50 by 50, for a chance to Mother Nature not to take over and eat all the seed supply. Because it's the seeds that dissipate, not the plant itself. The plant itself is well protected. And sure, the deer will come along and nip a top or two, but eventually they don't like that spicy cannabis and they'll move on to something better. But the seeds, fuck, dude, birds, they'll pick that shit. And I presume that's what happened anyways. With the few wild crops I tried. I think I got, like I said, 3 seasons still, they dissipated to nothing.
So here it says experts define heirloom by typically they're at least 50 years old and often pre-World War II varieties. Most heirloom comes from seeds that have been handed down from generations in a particular region or area, hand selected by gardeners for a specific trait.
So that seems like that would be more of a genetically chosen.
Yes.
Yeah, before
And not
World
an
War
open
II,
pollination.
before World War II, before they started fucking with the shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Not genetically modified.
All right, so what? We got to get a number for the major? We got to do this? No.
Yeah, let's do that for the weed nerds, man.
How many people are hanging with us?
Yep. How many people in chat?
55. According to my
Okay, so
Can I pick the number?
okay, go ahead.
you can do anything you put your mind to, Captain.
Yes, you can.
Let's go.
Yes, you can. So what's the number's going to be? 55. So it's 4 times 55. So what do you got? 4 or 220 there. So between 1 and 220.
Sounds good.
There you guys go.
Damn, Captain. That's the exact number I was thinking in my head, I swear.
Shit, are you-
I was going to put that
That's
in.
the exact number I was thinking
That's
too.
fucked up, man.
Cool. You guys both owe me a pack. I win.
I think that was the last number I picked. I picked for something too. That's a good number. I like that. I don't know. There's something about that. Good number.
It
Well, you
was
guys got
my
a minute?
bowling average when I was 15 years old.
You're what, a bowling? Okay, that's not bad.
Okay, everybody. Has anybody set the start on that? A timer?
No, not yet.
Okay. Smiley?
Uh,
You want,
I can. I don't mind. Don't pop up yellow like Eagles does.
Eagles the
okay,
man.
you
Is he?
go.
I'm here. I'm here.
I
Oh,
thought you were chucking wood.
I didn't hear you there for a second.
I thought he was chucking
Oh,
wood,
I'm
or
here.
digging ground.
Yeah.
Groundhog.
You guys got a minute and a half.
Scratching at the major.
One
ceiling.
guess. One guess only. I tried to set my dog up here. He wouldn't pick him up. Like, why is that fucking squirrel licking his nuts and shit?
So just to verify,
You won,
these are
yes.
autos, right, Bija?
No autos, baby. No autos.
No,
No autos.
go for it, Eagle.
Yeah, between you see start and stop, a minute and a half. One guess only. Good luck.
And this alien
Right,
OG I
well,
selected was from the free pack. I'm always surprised with the free packs. You know, I don't know. It's
You
like they're
said your
putting them.
bowling average. Everybody's on that shit of the bowling.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I thought it was the weight of your ex-girlfriend or some shit.
What, like 300
Wow.
is a good bowling average or
Some
something?
people think you're a pretty good bowler there, Captain.
Yeah, that, but you sucked, man.
Cookie Gross at 321.
Hey, man,
No hints next
my
time.
bowling
No-
average is like the girls I date now in Thailand, like,
12
88
and
pounds,
13.
92 pounds.
Man,
I don't break 100.
36, 24, 36.
Right?
Hey, that was a good
Only she's
series.
5'2".
As long as it's not a 4x4, we're all right.
All right. How much longer we got for that number there to go? I'm kind of curious to who got this.
19 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds.
Oh.
Grant.
Better not be you, 710. Or you hacked my computer. That guy's won twice already.
Oh yeah,
Some people are just
Ah.
insane,
good collection.
right, Eagle?
That's it. Right? There's, as far as I can tell, I see one that's one number away, I think.
Yep, I was pretty sure. Now that you put the stop in there, the number was 189.
Wait a minute. He
Ned-
said he only had a 56 average.
Ned Denver, right?
Yeah.
Ned Denver, oh, he
Right,
won once already. Fucking Netty, bud.
Dankivist
That's the
Stein
that's
popped
the
up.
boss, man. Congratulations, Ned.
Hit me up.
Would you
Got
say
another
Smiley?
major.
About Dankivist?
He had 186 right away.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Someone had 198. I was almost dyslexic for a second. Yeah.
Right?
Good shit.
So it
Major.
was Ned Denver for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Right on, Ned. Congratulations, my brother.
Right on, Ned. Hit me up. Got another major, buddy. I got you. Again. You won
Yeah.
already. Yep. You won
Ned's
already.
good people, man. He's in chat all the time. He's throwing out information for the people that are on Eagle's show that are doing a live with him and fucking
And he's in.
always on point.
He's I don't know if I can say this or should say this, but it's a big country. He's in Oklahoma, so he can pop all these seeds probably. I'll send him a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
Who won?
Ned's one of our solid motherfuckers.
Oh,
Yeah, right on. Congratulations, Ned.
Wait a second. Ned won
Wow, where have you been, Captain?
Right?
I've been
Wait a
smoking this
second.
fucking joint and laughing my ass off at some of the shit you guys have been saying. So Ned is not too far from me here in Ohio when he was here, or at least his
Oh, okay.
family's pretty close.
Right.
One of his relatives actually tried to get the old normal chapter going again here.
Hmm.
I was gonna say, thought they
That's
tried to
cool.
rape you, but the normal thing sounds better.
I think I'm gonna
I've been
start a
trying to
group.
get an Abby normal.
Yeah,
chapter going.
let's start one, Johnny. Abby normal.
Yeah. All right. All right. East Coast, West Coast, Abby normal chapters.
All right, you know what? I'll give away a pack of Amy Aces to the first person in chat who puts the 3-word name I gave Amy Aces before she became Amy Aces.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Does
Trivia.
anybody know that one?
Uh-huh.
That's fucking
Trivia
more.
time.
And
That
you can
fucking
start
whore.
start anytime you want. There's no need for the yellow star.
Somebody
Go.
does know that one. They probably already got Amy Aces.
That is true.
The real fans.
Right. That
Does
goes-
anybody on the panel know?
When did you name Amy? How many years has it been?
You just told the story the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I
their memory's
know.
good.
Yeah.
I remember.
I must have missed it.
It was probably 2016 the first time I made Amy Seeds.
Are these guesses? I'm seeing 3-letter
Ooh, no,
Drew.
it appears
Ooh,
Drewzilla.
yeah.
3-word sentences.
Drewzilla got it.
Who did?
Drewzilla.
Lips. Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Ego, let me get the screen share for a second.
Here you
Rosilla.
go.
I'll show you guys. Cause yeah. Oh shit. I had it up for a second. What did I do with it? All right, hold on. Let me stop screen share. I'll come back.
No, let's see that girly Canna.
Wait a minute, what was that?
That was on Instagram, so yeah, it wasn't nothing too special.
All the people on the short bus are winning tonight. That's kind of cool.
The Canna bus driver says the mail lady question mark.
All right, who's choking now? Somebody took a hit. Somebody took a hit.
Major's choking down them autos.
Oh.
So yeah, there's the you guys, am I sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like sugar.
You see, proprietary. I couldn't get I couldn't get the E. I couldn't get all the letters in there. So like this little pad thing I had. So when I was sending out the packs, I'm like, yeah, I know the E's not in proprietary to everyone that I sent packs to. But yeah, I didn't make the old God cheesequake, but the God Bud by cheesequake and the I told the story how I didn't think anybody was gonna start that one. So I'm like, I'll give it a name that
Lips
sounds
like
good.
sugar.
Maybe they'll be more apt to start it. But yeah, Drewzilla. Where you at, Drew? I mean, it doesn't matter, but can you hit me up on the IG? You got me?
That's awesome.
Crystals.
All right. Uh-oh.
Now,
Crystal.
I'm gonna have to one up everybody. I was looking for one if I had one to show, but I got these Smiley's Angels rolling trays. I'll do a rolling tray and like the set of 4 genetics, so 4 seeds. One rolling tray.
Really?
Gift pack.
Are you serious, Smiley?
Smiley's gift basket.
Totally serious.
And
Wait, Smiley's giving away seeds?
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
All
that's
right, fuck off, everybody.
I knew it.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Motherfucker.
It's
I'll
not
be back
fair.
soon.
You're on your own, Eagle.
It's the Eagle and Smiley show.
What were the numbers between again? Yeah, I'll pick the number.
220.
Yeah, 1 and
0
220.
and 220.
There it is.
I sees it.
Yeah,
I
the
haven't seen
that
nothing
would
I'm
be
jumping
the
on.
hippie goggles, the Burnside, Sky Stomper, Sky Punch, and Smiley's Angels Rolly Tray.
Very cool.
Man.
All of those packs and a tray?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I should have jumped out.
Why didn't you?
You
I thought
got
we
all
were
those
gonna
back
do
anyway.
I was getting it, man.
Wait, I haven't seen the number yet. I'm jumping out.
You guys can. I already said I'll just pick a different number if you want.
No, that's okay, man. That's
All
okay.
right.
We love you. I would love it. Yeah, that's a
You
beautiful
guys
thing.
kn-
But go ahead.
I was just gonna start it. I was just gonna get things rolling there, Johnny. I could have waited.
Do it. Do it.
You guys get one guess only, minute and a half. Thank these guys for their generosity. Good luck to you guys.
See, all these things I'm missing, it's because I'm missing them because I'm getting high.
What you getting high on?
Man, I picked up some fucking day. It's called some Day Slayer from Morgana Farms from the Michigan Cup. Man, that shit has definitely slowed my day down. I underestimated it on the first joint.
There's
It's
another
called
one,
Day Wrecker.
Day Wrecker out there that will do that to your day.
This is
That's
the Day
absolutely
Slayer.
cool.
Day Slayer.
Slayer.
You know,
Slew
this
your
is the
day.
guys that also feed their cannabis leaves to their pork there, to their pigs, and then barbecue up that pork, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. So
It's very regenerative.
oh man, I hope I can. Man, that's one of my favorite things about summer. The fucking pig roast. Holy shit! Oh, that's good times. Hell yeah, Smiley.
That's that Rolly Tray.
Let me see it.
I missed it.
Oh, that's badass. It's got the new logo and everything.
Yeah.
You guys, this is a
Right.
collector's item.
You
Autograph
don't have to sign it.
No, this,
Sign
You
ain't
gotta
even
you
a
sign
should
it.
number,
sign
bud.
the back. You should sign that motherfucker. I'm serious.
Autograph
That's
Right
cool.
on.
with the note on the
You're
back.
Firsties,
just
limited
beginning
edition.
this, man.
Ned Denver
Yeah.
picking up the double score. It looks like.
Did he really? No.
What?
What the hell? No.
All right, Ned, you're out. You're out. Somebody's got to.
One of
What's
one of
going on there?
one of them.
Man, somebody's
Eagle, did you
pulling
give
down
him
their
that
Father's
number?
Day luck.
Yeah. There it is.
Doesn't he have a blue wrench?
Oh yeah, you can see everything. He gets the numbers too. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, we telepathically send information to all the wrenches.
Congratulations, Ned.
Wow, Ned. Happy Father's Day, man. That's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
right on.
Thing.
Good work, Ned.
But after this, you're out, man.
That's funny. I'm pretty sure Ned got Yeah, I might have to get one of the platinum
Like-
cake sauces in there. I don't know.
Ned's like mind melding shit.
Yeah. He's on it, man. He better go pull a lotto ticket or some shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right? At least a scratch
Ned.
off shit.
Don't stop here. Go to the store, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
Absolutely amazing.
He's on fire.
Yeah, 2 in a row. How often does that happen?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Congratulations, Ned.
And was it
I
Drozilla
think-
who won too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Drozilla
if
won.
it's been done, I think it's been done by Ned, man. That cat's had some good fucking luck on a lot of these giveaways.
All right, Ned.
As you
Now
really,
this Ned should be unable to choose a number for like 30 days.
1 win a month.
One win a month, just like a radio station.
Yeah, like a radio station, exactly. That's what plays in my head every time when you're done with the win and somebody wins. It's like, no, next time you can't win.
Did you hear a disclaimer?
I hear the disclaimer in the end. I used to win every fucking day because there was only like so many people in the city I used to live in too. So and nobody
only-
would come up to me.
you're the
Only 2 people listen to that radio station.
Yeah, only like 3 or 4 people listen to the radio station and think like, I'm gonna win. And then yeah, there's only 3 people calling, so yeah, you're gonna win.
I won a bunch of shit off the radio too when I was younger.
Yeah. Good shit. I never collected none of it.
My the
So-
chick I was hanging out with won meet and greet and cure tickets. So I hung out with Rob Smith for a little while,
Oh yeah.
which was pretty cool.
Sorry, everybody. I was macking down there for a while.
You better be
What?
sorry, Johnny.
I absolutely am not. I mean, am. Because yeah, because shoot, man, I've cooked in my my pressure cooker twice now, and it's really quick. This thing it cooks food like within minutes, where it normally takes hours. So I just got done cooking 3 chicken legs or leg quarters in 13 minutes.
Yo, chicken's only got 2 legs.
Well, this one had 3 because it had 3 breasts as well.
So it was a trans. It had
Yeah,
No, it was
not
an
very
alien.
leg, buddy.
No, it was an alien one.
How did it
It was
identify
an
itself
alien
first?
chicken.
I got 3 legs.
Produced by GMO Farms.
Yes, Eagle. GMO special.
The
Yeah.
3-eyed fish from The Simpsons. That's what I always think of.
I think of the 3 butts, the 3-butt monkey from from
South Park. What was that
South
guy's
Park.
name?
yeah. Does it have 3 butts? Everything. He just wanted to know if it had 3 butts. Does it have 3 butts? No? Okay. Well, we'll try.
You guys remember the old cartoons where they talk about like, the chicken of the future that was crossed with a caterpillar had like 100 chicken legs on it.
Fuck.
Shit.
Like a millipede, that would be dope, right? Like just a fucking millipede chicken, just walking with all those chicken legs. Fuck,
3-butt
man,
monkey.
you make me hungry, bro. Stop.
Yo, green fingers, you're always eating. How do you stay fucking skinny? Half of your posts are you cooking up some big. That burrito is huge, dude. And even
I
earlier,
don't have no muscle on me no more. It's all wasting away.
even earlier tonight, you
He's
were shooting
just
down
always
stuff right
flexing
on camera.
He just flexes all the
Flex
time.
all day. That's why I can't. I don't get fat. I just flex all day.
These pythons eat so much, he says.
I used to eat even more than that.
That's for this one. That's for this one.
I was 250 pounds before, so like now I'm like nice and thin and fucking
Got like a-
You're
sexy.
such a piece of meat. Shut up, man.
But I used to lift weights every day, so like now it's just I'm wasting away all my protein, and I need to eat more protein, or I just gonna be bones pretty soon.
Start doing chihuahua curls, man. Just grab a
Some
chihuahua.
what?
Yeah, he's got plenty of
Did you just like call me something
Chihuahua
weird?
curls.
What the hell?
Chihuahua
No, he
curls,
said,
man.
yeah, Chihuahua.
Grab
I'm
a
not no
chihuahua and
chihuahua.
do some curls, man. Hip, shoulders, military presses.
Watch
to
out
cook
when you bring
100
it up
pounds,
near your
dude.
face.
Dude, the one exercise I think you got to do, or them one, I forget what they call them, but it's where you like fucking touch your toes and then go down to a push up, and then you like
Burpees.
lift your
Burpees.
one knee up to your
Burpees.
chest. Yeah, and then you stand back up every time.
Yep.
Those
And then
fuckers,
do a
yeah.
jumping jack, and then back down.
Do that shit every day, 10 of them.
50 pull-ups, 50 push-ups in the morning, and then 160 sit-ups. Just kidding. That's what I used to do.
That's after I run my 10-mile jog in the morning.
I used to do that every fucking morning. And now I'm like fucking lazy as fuck. And I was at like 3:34 in the morning, and I would like go collect all the recycling cans and everything out there too, and like get in a fight with a couple of other guys that were doing the same. Like, dude, that's my fucking can. Fuck you, that's my fucking can. I'm out here working out. I found it first. It's like, nah, the bag's mine. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like every fucking day.
Doing that hot desert yoga, aren't you?
Right there, naked with a fig leaf. I'm taking it back. That fig leaf, I wear a fig leaf on the front and a fig leaf on the back, and I'm good. Just fucking.
That's why you're always fighting with the guys out in the yard. They're not going for the can.
I know. They're just fucking trying to fucking get those fig leaves.
Fighting with all the boys in the yard.
There's a big gay homeless population out there, huh? Green fingers.
Palm Springs, man.
They want
shit.
them fig leaves you got. See
Palm
what you
Springs
got.
is like the biggest place for that, dude. It's like home of the bears, dude. All the bears in the desert. You never see. Be like, what the hell? There's so many bears in the desert. How'd this happen?
I'm doing shadow yoga in that greenhouse.
I put the black sheet up on one side and then the light reflecting, and then the white sheet on the other side so you could see me really good. Yeah. Just a shadow of just a shadow of me.
Finger puppeting that shit, right?
And all the dogs jumping around my leg.
That scene in Austin Powers was the best fucking shadows.
Yo, happy 420, boys.
Oh
Bang
shit! I knew I
girls.
loaded this thing for a reason.
Cheers.
Too busy being a piece of meat. Cheers.
What a piece of meat.
Damn, the cash dust.
We need a diagram or something for tonight.
No, for what? Nothing. No. Maybe you guys are arguing from yesterday.
I thought you guys were bringing PowerPoints to this one.
Yeah, we upgraded to that whiteboard at least.
Hey, Eagle, you're journalizing this, right?
Yeah, there's some
It
sort
says
of
it's recording.
whiteboard. What is this stuff?
Started recording a minute ago. We're now recording.
What is whiteboard? Did you guys ever play with the whiteboard?
What?
What? Yeah, on this thing? You
Yeah.
can draw on here? Oh shit! I didn't even know that. Who's
Oh, it's only one at a time? Damn.
You guys come on too right now, I think, and collaborate on the thing.
Oh, collaboration?
Oh, wow. I don't know how to do this. Where's whiteboard? I want to pack a bowl and smoke. I'm good.
There's no freaking. Where's the color? Oh, right there.
Oh, man. All I could draw is mushrooms, so I don't know.
Mushroom
And I
tips?
can't even draw them good on here either, so it's bullshit.
Someone
They'll
else
turn
is
out to
getting
look
in
like
on it.
this thing that I'm holding. I should pack it.
That was a
Is that a
good
frog?
hit.
I don't know why I see a
Oh
frog.
yeah, that's what my eyes feel like right now.
Need to draw a frog around that now. Oh, you made a nose.
Someone
my
else is
eyes
on it.
just-
Who's to draw? Who's actually drawing on
I
that?
have no fucking
couple
idea how to do
people.
any of it, dude. I've never known how to draw. Like you guys always are like, I can't figure out how to do it.
I can't figure out how to get the thing on there. It's just too fun now. I want to fucking have fun.
All right. You guys had enough of this? What?
Okay,
No.
it's telling me that I can't play because somebody else is already playing.
Yeah, see, it's only one at a. That's cool though.
So
I like
yeah,
it.
okay.
That's bad.
Man, he's getting froggy with that sucker. He hopped right onto that joint, lit it up, smoked.
Oh, I don't. How do you stop it? Oh, I think I figured it out.
Whoa, what's coming out of his under there?
What?
What's that thing?
Look, I don't know how to stop it.
That's a weird looking arm.
Is that you, Tom? You drew?
I didn't try. Why didn't draw all of it? Someone else. Oh, there we go. Did I just kill it?
Yeah.
Blind or fucking Green Fingers got in there and started messing with you. How'd you
No.
get in there, Green Fingers?
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
Well, me.
It's got to be the major.
It had to be a tail. It was a tail, right?
Man, it's SoCal over here.
Wasn't me.
Oh, you guys
It wasn't
are
Wasn't
funny.
me. Not me, guys.
You guys are funny.
Okay.
It wasn't me though. I would have drawn a mushroom.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, that's what you call it, dude. Okay, it's not
That's what he calls it.
what
Is that what he
everybody
calls it, or is that what he compares it to?
It's psychedelic.
No penis envy here.
Whenever I hear that term, I always think of Sublime.
What part?
The mushroom tip. What song is that, SoCal? You know what I'm talking about. It's escaping me now.
Yeah,
Which one is that?
Yeah, that was the hit of the Mendo Loco. Nearly finished me off just now.
Smoking.
Yeah.
I'll go Google it.
I got a Mendo Loco clone sitting here that a friend was supposed to grab and they haven't grabbed it yet. So now it's like way oversized. Totally needs to be transplanted. I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Caress me down.
Hey, SoCal, you wanna your baby in here?
What's that?
Did you want to see your crazy Uncle Josh?
Oh, hell yeah.
Sane Auntie Jane.
Smiley, aren't you allowed 12 plants? Can't you put it outside? Or you have to cover it up or something like that?
Yeah, they're not supposed to, there's some like guidance on that. And I really don't want to
Have that in your area. Right.
raise and flat. My neighbors are really cool. And I don't want to push, you know what I mean, push the issue at all. So like,
Yeah, she gets big outside.
Johnny, what do you got in church in there? That baby's a praying.
yeah, they look
Yeah,
good.
look at that thing, man. I was gonna say, SoCal, look at the praying leaves on this bitch. She is just
Right.
straight up. I mean, on a lot of them. She's really praying now. Yeah, but she's getting really frosty right now. Look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Huh? This one here. She's gonna be white.
How far in is that one, Johnny?
Let's see here. I'd have to walk away and look at my calendar real quick, but I'm gonna let you guys look at it there a little bit more. The nodal spacing. It's gonna be nice, man. That's gonna be solid right there. Loving it. And this is the other one that's a little bit younger, right here. Just barely starting to get any free flower on her. Starting to get her bud sites.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are all cloned from that first one that I had. And I got another one in the other room that I'm going to be bringing in here shortly. As soon as I take a couple of more of these guys out.
Nice.
But I'll go take a look and see what the the date was when I put that baby in there.
You got arugula in there?
Oh,
Perpetual.
Arugula?
arugula? Oh yeah, yeah, I got that shit growing too, bro.
They
Yeah.
can't run 20-week cultivars.
Is that what it is though? Arugula, or is it something else?
Good shit, man. Is that beautiful or what?
Pretty wild looking.
Johnny's
I
got a
just
whole
threw a
fucking
bunch
salad
of-
bar going on.
Yeah, I threw a bunch. Yeah, I threw a bunch of different lettuce in at one time.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know,
The new age juice bar.
Have you been chewing
that's what I'm
on
talking
that?
about. Look at my little spaceman there, man. He's almost not even existent.
That's a cosmonaut.
Yeah, little space bear. Yeah, so I had to rip a bunch of this shit out because my plants were starting to suffer from being like suffocated. But look
like-
at my little baby one. Look at my little baby bud right here. This one. What fucking plant did that? There you go. Look at that thing.
Was that a
Is that
major
awesome or
major
what?
General Auto?
No, this here is just a volunteer. It just
It looks about this
There's no
ideal
serious-
size.
No, it's
I know.
yours.
It's an
It's not
ideal
yours.
size for one, right? But the
Not what
motherfucker
you
popped
get
up
for
on
the
its
major.
own, and it grew a fucking solid nug, and
That
it
isn't
smells
it.
really good.
It looks like it's gonna be good. Yo, Johnny, you're supposed to be
It
eating
smells-
that shit now, right? It looks like those leaves are ready.
And yeah, some of them are. But you got to understand. I just got through a neck surgery, so I wasn't able to leave and eat for a little bit.
Ooh,
So, and this one right here, this is another volunteer that popped up, little
wow.
purpler. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking cool, right? I
Nice.
mean, it's just a little baby, but
It's a mini me.
yeah, and it smells incredible. That one there smells like my Gone Dog Mimosa.
Couple more, you can roll a joint.
Man, I'm just about almost up to a joint full right now. Not even close to what Eagle would smoke with, you know, close to a joint.
Once that shit dries out, it's gonna shrivel up, man.
First he said,
Come on, drinker. You don't have to tell everybody what you
47 plants, and he got 2 grams.
whoa.
said. 2 gram buds growing out of the ground. Yeah, that's absolutely, yeah. But I'll bet you anything, they're going to be really good. You know, all that power going into just one bud is just got to be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm happy that it, you know,
It did it all on its own.
it did it all on its own. I didn't have to do anything. Man. I
Right,
didn't
right.
put this, yeah, it just fucking came up on its own.
I was surprised how big that one I got that I was showing you yesterday, Johnny. That, you know, it's not huge, but man, that thing's a good foot tall. Nothing but bud. That thing grew in 12-12 the whole time. So it never vegged in or anything. It just happened to pop under 12-12 conditions and, you know, do its thing and flower.
And how tall did it?
It's pretty.
How tall did it get?
Hold on, I'll show you. Let me grab this other fucking phone, wherever the fuck it's at.
You guys
You know,
saw
I
the one that
fucking-
grew out of my spinach plant, right? It ended up being about 3 foot tall, something like that.
Hi.
Oh.
Yesterday when I turned on the Zoom from the phone, it fucking wanted to pair or something. I thought I don't know what fuck it was.
It's getting to know you. Zoom is.
That'd be cool though if you could like transition from the phone to the computer.
those over here too. The ones that I grew. I'll bring them out.
Hey, how many people got the DOA project seeds now? I mean, just like actually has them. I'm just wondering if we're gonna try to pop them or something like that.
Yeah, we got to wait till a few of us get them.
Do a hashtag.
Going out.
or
Yeah,
something.
they're kind of going out in waves. I'm not sure about a hashtag of any sort, but that'd be cool.
If we post some, just hashtag DOA or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, so far,
Those are
far
your-
we've been using tagging the growing with eagle and dank with A and E.
okay. So just pop them whenever and they fit in your cycle or whenever you get them and run them.
So that's it right there, Josh. That one popped from.
All right, Eagle, you got to take your screen background off because we can't see anything.
No, it should be in a different phone there.
Yeah, it's on a whole different screen. He's got two up.
Good.
That's it right there. That thing
Oh, okay.
terminated
Okay.
under
My bad.
1212 and was under 1212 the whole time. That little
Right.
guy, and it's maybe 4 arm. Yeah.
And that one's seated too.
No, thank goodness. Not that I know of.
Oh, all right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it's got some purple on it.
Yeah, it's pretty sugary for, just something that just popped. I don't even know what the fuck it is. It's like I said the other night, that's just for me throwing seeds in there.
Nice.
I still can't believe that fucking little one male was there. That sucks so
I
bad.
know, right?
It's like comical kind of though, because like I don't know. It'd make like a good sitcom skit or some shit.
What's that plan right there, Eagle?
This is a Stroop waffle from Red Dragon Brothers. She's
Nice.
pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, that shit looks like
Waffle.
ones that I like.
She's ready to flower. Nice.
Is
and
that
big,
one
yeah.
sexed?
Yeah, it's a female. This was a femme seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the look of that one pretty much, I think. Fuck, I like the look
Yeah.
of all of them. Is that a re-veg in the back there? What is that one? Is it
No,
like-
there's no re-veg. This one back here,
Yeah.
that's a board 13. And it was like an ugly ass clone that barely survived. Why? Oh, I got to shop all that white. Hold on.
Yeah, your major echoing. Yeah.
You got the mic on the other side turned on.
Yeah. That's what's going on. Let's turn one of those mics off.
So yeah, that was the board 13, and it kind of got neglected really bad when I found out I had shut things down. And then I decided I was gonna fucking keep some shit around, and so that's it, man. I actually took some clones off it, and it fucking bent it over because it got all like tall and scraggly and shitty looking. Now she's coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course this is the milkman. She's in a little 2 point. That's a 3 gallon air pot. This is a really good strain. I really like this one. And then we got some more Red Dragon Brothers stuff here. And then there's the Dinka Anthony, a little group of seedlings right here, the Dinka Anthonys. All these are under that 12-in-1 cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have
So
been
Eagle,
quite some time.
That group of Dank Anthony there, are you going to let them all grow at the same time in the same pot?
Yeah, that's an 18-gallon pot, man.
Oh,
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 18-gallon smart pot or air
So how
pot,
many you
rather.
got in there? I've never
I
actually done.
I had a friend of mine a long time ago tell me, to run 2 clones per pot. You know what I mean? He basically, and he comes from a law family, and he was like, basically, yeah, they can't tell, if that's one plant or two plants in there, so you might as well double up. And I did that for a long time, and I never fucking seen any ill effects, like they were fighting for it or one was having anything for them. So in this 18-gallon pot, I think them girls are gonna be fine. I think their root system, if anything, it'll be one, because they're all the same cultivar. All I gotta do is pick out a male if there's one. And then the rest
Right.
of them, you think, there's 5-6 tap roots in there just shooting down, and then all their rooting systems I becoming one. I think that'd be a good thing in that pot, to be honest with you. A little
definitely-
fucking almost
They definitely slow down when they're versus an individual plant versus a large group like that. Definitely slow down a lot.
Well, I think I got 15-gallon pots. I should be able to put a couple of those or a couple into that,
back
right?
here. Look at them fuckers right there. Those are the
Lost you.
Oops.
There you go.
Battery dead.
Eagle.
Those are the what?
Can't hear you.
There it is.
oh, I accidentally thumbed the buttons there. Them are the F2, them are the Chilumbium F2s right there. Oh, these girls.
I'm
They
interested.
look pretty. I'm hoping for some cheese leaning stuff out of the F2s. Acapulco Gold stuff would be nice. I like that cheese.
What was the cross on that one again? Is the Exodus cheese and something?
The Santa Marta Colombian Gold is the other half. There's some good stuff that could come out in them F2s.
So that would be a heirloom landrace varietal.
And then right here we got some of Kazoo's schizo films. See, I knew I didn't have necessarily a bunch of time to fucking pick through males other than testing out these Chilumbiums and the DOA seeds. So, most of what I threw down in these other pots were all fucking films. Saved a little time, a little mess there. But I got a whole mess of shit I want to start when I pop back up. This little sad little girl here, she got I did a little IPM the other day, and fucking she got the first of like a bottom of the sprayer, you know what I mean, from it like sitting. And yeah, she didn't like it. She was not happy.
Fuck you, Eagle.
12 and 1. They like the 12 and 1.
What's your IPM?
I set that up. I'm definitely setting up with the 12 and 1, no doubts. So.
What did you spray, Eagle? Eagle 20?
No,
Yeah, you should call that one Eagle 20 or Eagle 21.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in the little beds there. And then, of course, over here, I got just a little bit of shit in flour. This is the Steed from Kazoo. It's put in there, and that's round what, fucking 7 in that earth box. And we'll see. That's about a week. It's been in there just a few days in flour under this light. So.
Okay, now, gentlemen, I just like to point out some preparedness right there to the right. Eagle's expecting that fucker to grow tall. He's got a lot of
Eagle, you believe in the shower cap off the earth boxes? Is that not necessary at all?
I think it's more beneficial to have it on there unless you're gonna run some type of cover crop. But yeah,
Still tech.
I got it. Smiley, no shit. He do. When I told him I wasn't gonna run the cap, he's like, "You're on your own."
I know. I saw that in his face right now, man. It was written all over his face. Yeah, he's on his own.
Take me out of the disclaimer as soon as you take that cap off, man.
Air quotes. Air quotes. Oh, I love it.
It worked out though, man. That's fucking been killing it with that thing.
So Smiley, do you approve of my cover crop?
Yeah, dude, yours looks nice, man. I like it. I think you need to make a salad. Fuck. Shit's ready to come out.
Every once in a while I reach in there and I try it to see how well I can swallow the vegetation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eagle,
buddy,
bud.
kilowatt.
Make a salad, dude. That shit looks prime. I mean, you cut all that and fucking eat a good lunch for all week. Probably with that shit.
Eagle, I bet you
Oh,
you can
yeah.
go. I think you can go 11-1. Try 11-1, bud. I think you can take it down. Maybe even all the way down to 9.
I just think it's funny. Eagle could so far. It's like he's in a state of rebellion. He's fucking throwing seeds and popping again. No, fuck this.
I need plants around me.
Right? What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Yo, buddy,
You
kilowatt
gotta-
was at a concert tonight, eh?
Yeah, just got home.
Oh, yeah, man.
That was a pretty good jam, dude. That Steve Miller band cover.
Oh yeah, yeah. He does that reggae style.
Yeah, reggae, man.
Yeah,
I'm
Boron
an all
was
day
good tonight.
Hey,
It was in
you
a
get your
beautiful
package
place.
today?
No, I didn't get time to get to town to the mailbox. I'll check it tomorrow, but it's a holiday. But maybe they left it in the box or left me a key to the locker. Sometimes they do
Cool.
that. I'll let you know. Yeah, we were rocking up there tonight, right up the street from Skull and Roses, where we went, Captain. That's where this venue was in Ojai. I thought about you, and we're on the same road we were driving on in April after we dropped off the RV.
I'm trying to jump out. It's my
Oh wait, let me turn my audio off in the other room.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about you got us playing
Yeah.
in the back.
Yeah,
Cheers, Mr. Smiley.
I'm sorry.
Peace
care,
out,
Smiley.
Smiley.
See you guys.
Smiley's heading out.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We'll
Smiley.
hang out tomorrow. It's fuck WEedNerdWorld tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for doing the giveaway tonight, man. That was
I'll be
badass.
in the air.
Some of that brand new treasure type stuff. You're gonna sign it, right?
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know.
Okay, make sure you sign that because that's like the first tray you've given out.
Yeah. I told her
Badass
she was supposed to
motherfucker.
number him. She's supposed to number
Johnny.
him.
Number it.
We appreciate you, Smiley. You're rocking it, man.
That's
That's
cool, man.
awesome.
Appreciate you guys.
Have a good
Peace
night,
out,
Smiley.
Smiley.
See you guys.
Peace, Smiley.
I think I'm
So,
gonna follow
hey,
you out the door.
Major, did you
All right,
rework your
SoCal.
math
So
and come
Catch
back
you
with
later.
Hey, SoCal.
Peace.
Sorry.
I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I got a little announcement I'll make tomorrow night too. So we'll
Fuck off,
All right.
SoCal.
we'll see you
So
guys tomorrow.
SoCal, bud.
Eagle, fuck you for having us. Johnny, fuck off. Green
Right
City,
on, man.
dick. Major, you're a fag. You and your autos. Who else is
Yeah.
there? Kyle,
Smoking
saw you
auto.
fall off your bike yesterday in front of the media. That was pretty funny. Captain, have a good night, buddy.
Peace.
Later.
Wait, doesn't
Damn.
doesn't SoCal know a lot about falling off bikes? He use that in common, doesn't he?
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
he's the last guy that should be talking about making fun of somebody falling off a bike. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think I
That
think that was
That was-
rather funny where he went to afterwards too.
that's a fucking half-baked fucking salute out when he know that. Remember that scene in the Half Baked where he calls everybody out? Fuck you, you're cool. Fuck you.
I'm out.
Throws it into the field.
I remember that. Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
buddy, back to your question. Yeah, there was some miscalculation, shall we say?
Yeah, I was listening to that in replay, so I couldn't chime in, but it took you a while for it to dawn on you.
Well, I don't think we took it beyond 10 weeks. That was a problem, right? Then we ran
Well,
into
even
double-
that part that you
double-
think
double
after so
rooms,
many
right?
weeks you get to this spot of equality, other than it still takes you whatever weeks to get there, no matter how many times you do it. Right?
Well, the 20-week thing is what I was trying to get at, was the 20-week. And after that, with 20
yeah,
weeks,
one every week, but then when
Yeah,
you
that was the main
reset that room, it's 20 more weeks, and when you reset that, it's 20 more weeks. That's the part you left out. It never shortens.
Yeah, true
All
enough.
right.
But
Yeah.
you're harvesting every week after 20 weeks.
Now, I am sure that some consultant has talked some commercial place into exactly your formula, and they went with it, and even drew it all out for me. And they thought, yeah, that's an alternative. We could have an upper hand because we'll have the haze.
Well, they didn't play it long enough that they could, after the 10-week cycle, you get double room harvest, right? With 11 and week 12. That's where I didn't really consider.
I'm still trying to grasp my head around the 12 and 1 and like what happens over a long period of time. But if it lands on 24 hours in the end, then I guess it doesn't get too far out of whack. But I've heard different lighting cycles that like aren't in a 24-hour cycle, right? And that'd be a weird reality you would create for yourself, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like if your plants somehow didn't live in 24-hour cycles anymore, and how that would affect things.
My buddy Steve was a computer geek, and he made this program where he could do exactly what you said, make the plants on a different fucking light schedule and different time where it was quicker based on time. You know what I'm saying? Like the days, he made the flower cycle cut off some days.
Well, I'm not great with all these abbreviations, but that's the DLI or whatever. So if the plant got its amount of light in a shorter period of time, and I mean,
so
right,
time doesn't necessarily mean two shits to plants, and time is a concept we put forth as a measurement, just kind of wrap our minds around what's going on around us, you know what I mean? But I don't think any other species, or as far as that goes, if you could step outside of Earth, I don't think any being outside of us really gives a shit about time.
Well, but that's the way they're affected by the cycles, and time is the cycles, everything. I mean, that's spring is a cycle, and
they're affected by the sunlight.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not like it's 2 a.m.
But all right, to keep it like, let's just say like this is what I think. Make it easy. All right, so DLI, right? That's the amount of light a plant gets that is his maximum amount. So if you could achieve that in 6 hours, easy number, because we're at flowering cycles 12 hours, right?
I was just thinking.
So next thing you know, okay, so now you blast it hard for 6 hours. And
6 and 12, 6 and 12, 6 and 12.
I guess 6 and 12, because the 12 is important, right?
Yeah,
like
the 12
that dark
hours of
cycle.
darkness is the scoto period.
Can't really cheat on that, or could you? If the plant only had 6 hours, it's the next thing you know, 10 hours of darkness or 8 hours of darkness. And I don't know, but even with the 6 hours, now you're talking about an 18-hour day. Well, 1 month into that cycle, 1 month into an 18-hour day cycle, you'd be a day whatever. yeah, I mean, I imagine somebody's tried this because, like, there's people that think create stuff and try it, and I don't know. Ultimately, I just remember Bugsby that basically in one of his things basically said that like physics comes into play, like the amount of light over time. Like you can't get around that. Like the amount of watts is the amount of watts, and growth is based on that. So if you shorten that, it would be less growth, maybe. I don't know. It's stuff I can't wrap my head around, and I'm too scared to try shit. So
Well,
You
I'd
got
say
chickens
that
on your farm?
whose farm?
No, I was talking to Bud.
I have
I
chickens
said,
now.
you said I'm too chicken to try that. So I said, you got chickens on your farm?
Yeah.
Well,
They'd be coyote bait. That's what would happen. So I don't want to play that game.
Right.
at the equator, they always only get about 12 hours of light. So that would be a way, if you got equator seeds, you could go 12 and 12 straight away. They'd still be pretty big plants.
Well, in today's world, especially when you look at these licensed producers and they're like talking about 80 cents per gram or whatever production cost, or like really trying to cut that down.
Right.
Yeah, there's probably math where, yeah, you could cut all, yeah, you wouldn't have 3 pounds of light, but then again, you'd have whatever, pound and a half of light in a way shorter time or way less energy, right? Ultimately, it's like, where can you save energy, right? There's a lot of possibilities. Like, I imagine somebody somewhere, I've never really looked up stuff or on the forums, or somebody's probably tried some of these things, ideas, with either success or failure or what, I don't know.
I think it's completely possible. If that's what all the planet ever knows, you know what I mean? And you dealt it the minimum.
Well, right. Like, I'm not an LED
guy,
so a lot of the terms are just what I learned on here. DLI means basically the measurement of the amount of light that the plant like needs in this light cycle, and it doesn't, if there's enough light at 8 hours, it stops taking in more light because it met its DLI, right? Something like that.
It's daily light integral, so daily light,
right. So if you can, if the plant can max out its DLI in a shorter period of time, well,
then flip it right to 12 hours. 12 hours of darkness is what triggers the flowering. So, exactly like you're saying, 6 and 12, that'd be 18. That's 6 hours extra every day.
That integral, though.
Is a what now?
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's. I think there's a lot to that daily light integral. I don't think it's necessarily as good. Yeah, it's a mathematical question. Yes, X equals Y. This is the fucking minimum you need. This, or you know what I mean. But me and Smiley had this conversation fucking 2 years ago. I mean, is it beneficial to make that fucking plant sprint for 6 hours? Or is it more easier for that plant to just jog through its 2,000 calories, let's call it, you know what I mean? To get in everything it needs, you know what I mean? So is it better to jog, let that plant jog and be healthy and, or do you have to fucking let it run and sprint and now you got to force fucking CO2 on it and make sure all the conditions are, you know what I mean? You're athletic at that point because you're pushing it as hard as it can be. You know, is that necessarily better, or do you want to go with fucking the Emerson effect, where you're fucking waking it up and letting it go for a jog, and then you're gonna make it sprint for fucking 4 hours, then you're gonna let it jog home, and you know what I mean, on the cool down. You know, how many? We know we got a number we got to meet, but what is necessarily the best route to get there? That is the question. I mean,
Right, the best. That totally makes sense, Eagle.
Well, for some reason, I'd imagine that if you had the right amount of light, that the DLI took 12 hours to be achieved, not in a shorter period, that'd probably be the best for growth in the plant. But if you got so much light that you're giving it light that the plant at a certain amount of hours says, oh, I've had enough light, even though you're still giving it light because that's your cycle.
Right.
Yeah, I think the best place
Well,
to grow it, the
you know-
best way you could would be not to like give it so much light that it hits its DLI in 8 hours, but to lower that for it hit it if you're going to stay on a 12-hour light
Well, it's
cycle.
back to the concept with time. The plant doesn't understand its DLI, this whole total moles. It doesn't care. It gets what it gets, right? So if it gets 70, it can handle 70. It has a proper
No,
chill
but
called.
if you give it too much light, it'll bleach out and shit. So that's when you know it's too much light.
Well,
So you
that's
can't give it too much.
indoors. That's indoors with improper spectrum, right? That's the main spectrum. But outdoors, you hammer it
Right.
on the equator in
Like that.
Colombia, they can fucking handle that, right?
Right.
Well,
You can handle
it was a lot of years ago. It's the first time I saw somebody do like time elapsed in a grow. And the
You see
one
'em
thing
droop.
when you
Yeah.
see that, you realize most of the growth and most of the real action is happening in the 12 hours of dark, not when the light's on. Like if you watch the plant on a cycle like that over time sped up, yeah, it's that dark
you can
cycle where
watch it during its daytime too, buddy. There's a time
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
fucking in during that light cycle where it's like I'm done. You can see them leaves fucking drop a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's, in my opinion, that's the time you cut the fucking light off. You're just stressing it after that.
I always wanted to do a flower run where I started like at 15 hours of light and like every day brought it down a couple minutes, like until
like
it
Mother
was,
Nature.
yeah, like mother knows best.
Yeah,
but
and we
these-
keep calling this dark cycle 12 hours. Well, it's not 12 hours outside, right?
right.
Most of the time it's around 10, 11 hours.
No,
it's a dark cycle.
on September 21st, it's 12 and 12
There you
in
go.
America where I live. And that's the equinoxes are equal. That's why they call it equinoxes, 12 and 12 and March 21st, equinox.
Well, of
12 and
course.
12.
Right on. Well, you know our plants flower before that, though, right?
Yep,
Or
yep.
it'd be December before you harvest it.
Right, have
I
fun
imagine you don't harvest in December, right? It's
Nope.
October.
September 21st. So yeah, it's past that too. So you get both above
Right.
12
So shit-
and it's flowering and yeah.
So stuff starts flowering in probably what, August, beginning of August. You're lucky enough, beginning of third week of July. You know.
Right.
Hey, Major, did I show you all the autos that I got a couple days ago from Loud? He sent me a whole new batch of autos.
I'll
I
send
asked-
you my address and you can show
Oh,
me.
there's bags, so I have a few.
Right on. I'll
I-
try them, man. Convince me, buddy. Convince me,
Well-
man. I'll pop them.
Yeah, I mean, they're worth
try
a
'em,
grow. I mean, you know.
I'll trust your judgment, brother. I'll try them, man. Give them a go.
Yeah. I got some, they're all like gelato autos crossed into like guava gelato and this and that. I don't know all the names.
Got a bunch of runs or something.
Oh, it has to be runs. White runs.
It has to be a pink run,
Yeah, I need that strawberry runs, the white runs,
blue
and that
run.
green one too. Where's that Green
I'm-
Lantern at?
Oh,
Anyone
you
have
can't-
that Green Lantern?
I must have grown a dozen runts crosses unless I'm so over fucking runts. It's like runts, but I'm over it. Like I'm just. It was kind of fun for the first few months. It had its appeal and its taste and everything, but
Now it's all
Nah.
the same.
yeah. And it's one of these ones, same with gelato, that are at least in the people that bred the stuff I've worked. I would describe it as they're the dominant. Like, so yeah, I have them crossed into all these things. Well, I barely see those things, but I see the runts like dominant.
It's all
but
the same shit.
Not the other half. The other half only made like a little contribution to the cross, where the same with that gelato. They dominate the crosses, in my opinion. It's
Right.
not like, oh, well, what about whatever they were crossed into? Something's pretty interesting and heirloom stuff. That's what I wanted to see in it. I wanted to see the Tahoe come out in the runs, not just a pair of Tahoe. If you really taste hard or use your
You
imagination,
know it already. Yeah.
it's all runs and it's all gelato. Both of those are like the same that way. I ran a bunch of those where like, yeah, they're dominate the crosses. Which I'm not a breeder, but I guess if I was breeding, I'd want something that only brought half to the table, right?
Yeah, change it up a little at least, right? All right, boys. I'm gonna drop out. I'm pretty much fading over here. I wish I noticed you guys earlier. I would have been hanging out longer. But Johnny Cannaseed, Buddy Kilowatt, Green Fingers, Auto Major. It's always good seeing you boys. Everyone in chat, good seeing you, Eagle. It's always fucking awesome fucking talking shit with Eagle. And yeah, I wish I had some of that coffee. So those chicks were obviously at the event you went to, and they had, was it all infused? Well, I know they said the hot chocolate wasn't infused yet. Is that what I heard?
You could have it either way. That was with
Oh,
all the
okay.
drinks. You could either have it infused regular THC or CBD.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I think the
yeah, I
hot
wasn't
chocolate.
kidding, man. Fucking, you don't see coffee at fucking events that often.
Dude.
And I was whooped, man. Day two.
Bro, I
I
learned.
shit you not, man. I was all fucked up from barely sleeping, mushroom campfire shit, 2 hours and shit.
I learned.
Get up the next day, and man, I was in a fucking, talk about a weed fucking hangover. I was in a big weed hangover. I was like, man, I really need some coffee. And somebody was like, there's a booth right there. And I practically heard, ah.
I went to an
Fuck
event.
yeah,
They didn't
coffee.
have coffee. The next time when we went back, I brought like 4 of those frappuccinos in my backpack with me, man. Because yeah, I am not functioning well without my coffee fix. Yeah, it's vital. Anybody could kill it at an event, I think, with coffee or hot chocolate if it's chilly out, or yeah, iced coffee if it's
Yeah,
cold. If it's
but
hot.
in the scheme of things you sell beverage wise for profit, there's way more profitable things, and that's what they focus on, right? Especially with coffee, you got to have the creamer and the sugar and the and the beer,
sugar
boom.
and water too. Yeah.
Give me $20 and I make 19 on coffee. It's like, yeah, $3, and there's not a lot of huge money
still,
there.
Yeah.
But
right,
you'd
boys.
figure I could go to events and coffee's popular. Like it's ever since Starbucks, it's a thing. But you go to events and bar, where they sell alcohol and beverages. A lot of them don't carry coffee. It's like, fuck.
That pisses me off. Yeah. All right, boys, I'm out.
You know what I would think would
Later,
Cal. But you could listen if you
Trying
want.
to keep
I think
you here,
would be
man.
fucking awesome would be like, and I wanted to suggest it to him, would be like French press coffee. Maybe like take some fucking shaker, a couple buds in there with the grounds, and toss a bud in there, and then press it all through. I think that would be fucking good as shit.
You get some terps too,
Like
yeah.
French, yeah.
Well, I've
Now,
never
this-
gone to Amsterdam, but all those are coffee shops. Don't they do stuff like that over there? I mean, they've had decades that weed was in the coffee shops. You'd figure that'd be the place to do what you're talking about.
The hash cake and some
No, I've
coffee.
never been. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hate to think I'm the only stoner thinking of this shit. You know what I mean? Hopefully somebody's doing this shit.
Westport.
Maybe it's calling your name, or at least in your area.
I think all the weed shops I've ever been to always have coffee.
I think that'd be fun, like just like a stoner Starbucks. You know what I mean? Fucking people on their fucking laptops, just fucking doing whatever, fucking smoking a joint and shit. That'd be fucking awesome. It would change campus studying, I think. That's for sure.
Well, it seems like, what do you call that? Consumption, places that have the right for that. Those are starting to slowly. Colorado has, I guess, a couple. New York's going to have a bunch of them. That's part of their law to have those. I think even California has like a couple places trying to operate like that. Consumption lounges or whatever.
We've had a few, I guess we can't call them consumption lounges. We're still calling them clubs here in Michigan, but there's a few still to where you can go to, like vendors that are open all day and then purchase something, sit down, talk with a buddy. They've got food. You know what I mean? You guys can sit there, have lunch, smoke. They have a pool table and shit. There's a couple.
Well,
still
I mean, you're looking at
clubs.
alcohol in restaurants and have their little bar everywhere, operate that same thing. But for alcohol, why, like, if weed's going to be accepted as a different thing in the future, there should be the same type of thing. Like,
You know, I
think
was
that'd
thinking
be
the other
awesome,
day.
man.
I mean, to
I
be
was thinking
honest,
the other
Go ahead,
day when I
it
drove
goes
by,
with appetite and selling more food and a food experience. So like if people could roll in and as they're waiting for their table, have access to cannabis, just like they have access to the bar, well, that would go better with food, wouldn't it? And getting people all drunk before you sit them down.
New angle at appetizers, that's for sure. What were you saying there, Johnny? What were you thinking the other day?
well, I was thinking the other day when I was driving by a casino out here called the Fiesta that's probably not going to get open again, that would be an awesome place to have a consumption lounge, hotel, casino kind of an atmosphere, and it's a real small establishment. I don't know if anybody's been out here in Vegas.
I'm surprised that Vegas somebody hasn't used that business model and made a cannabis friendly hotel or casino, the whole thing. I know there's licensing and they're maybe not ready for that, but
So
the
many
hotel
great things that could be I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Rejuvenated from cannabis. I mean, think about it. Fucking bowling. How many of these old fucking bowling alleys across the countries that are all set up for something like this? You know, the days of the 70s and 80s when smoking was king. People said all they did was sit there, bowl, drink, smoke cigarettes. They're already set up with smoke eaters and shit. You know what I mean? Turn that
Right?
shit into a little cannabis fucking bowling and
Turn it
shit. You
into
know
a
what I mean?
cannabis alley.
I think people
Yeah.
would come out to do that shit. You know what I mean? People are looking for social fucking cannabis shit to do. I think the stuff like that, you could revive a lot of these fucking
Absolutely.
drive-ins, cannabis friendly fucking drive-in. That would be fun. Just sit on the hood of your cars, fucking chiefing down with a bunch of people. That'd be fun as fuck.
And all these things would end up being, like you say, more fun, more safer to the public, all that, than what exists. Alcohol has all those things. Drinking beer and serving beer to people while they're bowling, that's part of it. All that. And there should be, they should just be able to do both. But I know the alcohol industry is definitely afraid of, like, they know that when people smoke weed, for the most part, not everybody, but the average person, they drink less, right? And yeah, they don't want you drinking less. So, like, yeah, if somebody has a couple drinks and gets stoned, yeah, they might only have one more after that or something. They don't get stoned, they might have 6 more after that. And that 6 drink guy, that's their bread and butter. You know, the one that runs up a couple $100 tab in a few hours. That guy gets stoned? No, it doesn't happen like that. They don't binge drink stoned. Now there's exceptions.
And then we could have Smiley's Angels up there at the counter at the concession bar selling J's and
all those things are going to come. I just think that they're afraid. Like, there's a lot of obstacles to, like, it, and even how you make revenue, because when you look at how much profit they make off of those things, buddy. If you took that much weed, like, a hit of weed, right, a bong hit or something, a drink, right, whatever like, you'd have to charge a lot for it to be the same kind of profit ratio that they're working with booze or beer that they spend like 6 cents on and sell for $12.
So what you thinking there, Eagle?
It's already going on right now. Look at what a pre-roll goes at a fucking dispo. You know what I mean? So that same $200 guy you're thinking about, fuck, that could be fucking, you upgrade that to, that $10 pre-roll, and this is total real numbers. That $10 pre-roll into, a 15 mid or a $20 fucking fancy fucking wrapped with fucking extract. That guy's in for $20 right off the get, and he's smoking that with fucking, you know what I mean? Few of his friends. That guy's gonna be in for a good $100, $200 for too long if everybody's partying right. You know what I mean?
Not to mention the
think
fact
that's
that you're
totally
gonna have
possible.
a concession stand after they get hungry.
Yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities, even with fine dining. If you had, like, the waiter come and have, like, premier samples of the different strains that are known to make appetite, or that people enjoy, or even after dinner coffee with it. And just, if you could do those things, the same things that exist with basically booze, but then just say, well, booze is okay. Well, why can't we operate the same way and create businesses and ideas?
You know what I mean? Wristband dabs. You get a fucking wristband, $30. You fucking dab all night. Endless. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can fill places up crazy with shit. You know what I mean?
But they have consumption lounges. You can't buy the stuff you're consuming at that lounge. You can go there to smoke.
And that's bullshit right there. exactly.
But they would need a license to sell it and buy it. And why would you want to buy the stuff from the place you're going to, really? Like, that's what you do at the Dr. Green Thumb place. Like, you buy it at that shop, and then next door you can smoke it. You just walk right through the doors, and then you can smoke it right there. So it's just like a bar, but
Well,
you're
why
buying
couldn't
the
it be
stuff.
like that? Just the same. It'd just
Well,
be a
it is.
separate location, you know?
It just has to be the next property over. So people have to be smart enough to buy the two properties and have a swinging door in the middle of those two doors where you can walk through after you buy the product. Otherwise, they would have to have more licensing, and they don't have laws for that shit yet. So it's not like
That's the
registered.
bottom line. They don't have laws for that stuff, right? And then
Otherwise, you could go smoke at Dr. Green Thumb's
unless
right
the
now.
proprietor of that business can sell, there's no what consumption lounge. What do you have memberships that pay a few dollars? Like, how do you make money?
You don't. That's the whole thing. You go in there and you smoke for free, pretty much. If you bring your own weed in their packaging, you can go in there and smoke. They won't know the difference. How would they know? It's just in their packaging. So whatever you have,
Well,
it just has to be from their store, and they'll let you in their room.
yeah, it's a big no-no to bring your own booze into a bar, right? I mean,
Yeah, but how would they know? Because they can't sell it next door. So like next door they're selling it, but they wouldn't know if you went home and you just had your stuff in their bag and you went into their lounge to go get some air conditioning and play on the PlayStation for 4 hours for free, you know? Like that's
I've
what people do.
noticed they don't like that at events either, bud. The backpackers. That's what they actually call us, is the backpackers.
Backpackers.
Yeah, no sense even saying anything. That fucker's got a backpack. You know what I mean? But in the same aspect, I laugh because I think to myself, who in the fuck's gonna walk away with that unit? You know, just dragging it. It's gonna take a backpack walk away with that unit you're trying to sell me, Chief.
Yeah, there's two reasons to have a backpack: one to buy and one to bring everything you're not gonna buy. It's like yeah, I'm bringing all that shit. They charge an arm and a leg for water and fucking food, so I'll bring my own water and food and weed. But yeah, but the consumption lounge over there is pretty cool. Like my mom's hung out at that lounge and she said it's pretty badass. Like she said that we should go one day. She said, yeah, you got to go with me. And I was like, yeah, 2 hours away. I'll never go just to go smoke somewhere for 2 hours drive just to go smoke. That's
I
crazy.
never go to any of his places, but I hear about it, follow him over the years. Yeah, Be Real, Dr. Green Thumb, whatever. Yeah, he has righteous ideas and tries to set up cool spots.
Yeah, he's got the ideas for it, and then he's got the money to back it. And then when they finally get the laws to follow, then he's one of the first to do this stuff all the time. So it's like always, it's a rarity to see somebody that's been in the forefront for so long and still. And then they changed their pricing. They're not overpriced anymore like they were. He even admitted, and like, yeah, we were a little high priced. Like now we got prices right. But like, yeah, they were a pretty high price before, but now they got some cheap packs from white labeled street growers, from like people like us, like just
that would be
that care about the
fun.
power, small batch.
Stoner
Well, no, he
game
has a
shows right
program.
there. Price is Right, where everybody's smoking, doing ball hits and shit.
Like if you're a craft person, there's a way you can hit up Dr. Green Thumb and get stuff on the shelf. I mean, I don't know what hoops and all that you have to jump through, but I remember him explaining it. There's such a thing.
Yeah. Well, so we all have a shot if there's a store near you to actually get your products on his shelves. And like, it's not a bad thing, you know, because it's exposure for you, for us, whoever gets their product on the shelf. But it's still.
I feel about him like he's, you know, he's a righteous entrepreneur. There's some people, Burner and different people that, yeah, they're a little sleazy or you know, money driven, where Be Real, like, yeah, the thing is, this is just a business he loves. He makes his money a whole other way, and he doesn't need to
it's a lifestyle
like
too,
make his whole living off of the cannabis stores.
Just make money. Like it's one of the things. Like once you make so much money off of it, then you can start to relax and take those prices down. But like you really don't want to. It's like you got to pay for rent and shit too. But when you get money, you get money. It's not like you don't know what to do with it. Start a business every other fucking week. Keep on going. It's got all these 8 stores or some shit. 6 stores, California.
I just want to throw this out there. I think Mr. Westport would be a good Canna game show host. He'd be a good host for like the fucking Stoner's Price is Right. Just throwing that out there, Chad. Nobody's done
Chad's
that
in
one
here.
yet. That'd be a fun
Chad
one.
said have some Amsterdam stories for us. Where's Chad at? Is he in chat? He just got back from Amsterdam, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he'd be the perfect person to ask some of those questions we had.
Sure did. Fucking, what else would be a funny one? Ooh, fucking the Stoner. What was the one with Vanna White there where they flipped the numbers and shit? Or
Wheel,
the letters?
wheel
Wheel
of
Force.
wheel of roaches.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the prizes, yeah, wheel of buds or something like that. You fucking leave with a fucking wheelbarrow full of cannabis and shit. You fucking
Wheel of cultivars.
No, it's got to be, yeah. It's one of those casino games. It'd be easier to come up with the name because they got so many cool casino names. That would just be
grand prize. You could be like a fucking tour to Breeder Steve's and shit. You know, you want to take it to us. Tell them what you win, Bob.
Get your seeds in the bank over there. Start growing them and everything over there too. That'd be badass. Like, get your shit thrown out in the field.
I don't think I ever checked out his Instagram. Does he show his $1 million strain? Yeah, does he show that? Or a little bit of it. Don't know.
No, I don't. Not yet. He was on about a year ago. It's overdue. Getting back on, and it was still in the works, not yet to where he wanted to present it to where he wants to present it where everything's flowering all at one time and you can walk through there like a fucking Willy Wonka and shit. These million different cultivars or whatever, you know what I mean? But man, I even told him, man, I was like, man, I hate to be the guys on your fucking team because he was talking about sending teams out into these fields and fucking taking data on each one of these plants and then uploading it into the fucking basically the matrix. And I'm like, holy shit, man. It'd be quite the process.
Wonder what they were using to reset their like senses. After a while, you get polluted with that shit. Maybe they have a procedure where they don't touch the plant so much, or if they do, they have like a pliers or some kind of tool.
Like a coffee reset when they do like a tasting? You know what I mean? Is that what you're referring to? How they like kind of had to reset their taste buds and shit?
I don't know. Just when I do it, it just smells like I'm like after so many, like my hands get on it. You know, it must be a way of like where you have to, you know, you can't touch the plant or you'll be polluting all your senses because your nose will get covered in resin.
What about if you like have teams that change? You know what I mean? Today you're working with this strain, this team's going over there, so one team's not necessarily.
You'd have to have like a handler and a smeller to do different jobs, right? Here, come here, hold the bud, you smell this.
Maybe a special for each cultivar, like one person for just that whole, you know, like one team for that special for that field, one team for that field, one team for that, like.
Maybe they don't touch the plant. They just get close enough that they're like.
You want somebody that's really used to those plants and knows that plant the best, and you would get specific people for that.
That guy has to wear a friar's hat and look like the zigzag man.
He rings a bell when he finds it. Ding 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 ding. I have an announcement.
Yes. The town caller.
This is a winner.
Ding ding ding. Town
Ladies and gentlemen.
Cultivar caller. Cult
And I
of
don't think
all
it takes an
cult,
expert there, Green Fingers, man. I think anyone could distinguish, be like, oh, this one, boss, smell this
I
one.
don't
You know,
know,
it'd be-
dude. Some people
it
say this
smells
shit's
good.
fucking. Some people say that shit, and then you go and smell it, and you're like, I don't smell nothing.
Well, then
bro.
you have notes on your employees like, yo, your nose sucks, buddy. You won't be doing anything. You're just watering. Go water. You're on the water team. You're not on the smell team, buddy. Get the fuck out of
sometimes
here.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, especially like if it's a pheno hunt of like 100 or more, like any way you cut it, that's got to be hard trying to decipher at a certain point. I have a
Well,
hard
you
enough
hope-
time picking through a couple of them, let
Uh,
alone
I could.
hundreds
I don't
of
know.
them.
I don't have a problem.
Well, you
picking
don't
through
have
30
the
different
environment.
bars
like
at one
there's a-
time.
Sorry, Green Fingers, go ahead.
Sorry, that's what I was just gonna say. I have no problem running through 30 different cultivars and smelling all the different keynotes and like all the differences in each one. And like I have no problem doing that like all day, every day. Like so I don't know. Some people might just not have the pellet for it. Maybe I just have a more sophisticated pellet. Just kidding.
Well, I think you
Yeah,
just
but
get
then like somewhere down the line, you
You're
have to
widening it every
organize
day
it.
with that dispo weed.
Smelling
You
it
don't get to
all
smell all the
doesn't
difference.
do
Yeah, that's why.
anything. You'd
That's
have
why.
to.
Fingers is a sophisticated piece of meat.
well, not only is there like
How do you
kill-
organize it into like a something that can be quantified?
I don't know.
well, you got
Yeah.
natural selection and you got artificial selection, right? You got
And-
certain you can grade anything like the
Outliers.
lemon this is the lemon haze. Let's grade the lemon haze. We
Okay.
anticipate lemon, of course, so let's grade that lemon on it. This is a 1. That plant's a 4. How about resistance? Oh, resistance is a 2. Oh, that one over there. Well, that's a 8 on terps on lemon, and it's a 12. It's a 9.9 on resistance. Well, that's the winner. So there's a
structure.
that natural selection, and with your artificial selection criteria, you're going to find those unique cultivars, right? That
Yeah.
fit your needs.
Well, like
the
one
environment.
that I just have a imagination of it because maybe the story, but like gelato, there's gelato 33, there's gelato 41, there's gelato 45, right? I think there's a couple others. Supposedly, this was this giant pheno hunt, 100 or whatever, and those were the numbers. But then I think, well, wait, did you take clones of 100 things to back up 33, 40, or did you re-veg those if you liked them, or did you really? Because if you had 100 of them, then you took clones of each of them and grew them all the way out, well, and kept each one, they would already be like gigantic by the time 60 days or 7. You know what I'm saying? The logistics of it all. And then what did you just along the way say? Oh, 33, let's bring that one over here. Okay, that's it. And 45, oh, bring that one over here. But yeah, that would, I don't know. That seems like unless you did that over years and grew them multiple times, like just on one shot and you picked it. I don't have those skills. I know that. I'm too like, I can't make decisions.
You've
Like
been
a lot of
surrounded
times when I have to
by-
make decision, I let someone else do it. Like I'm like, what do you think? Like, do you like this one or this one? Because myself, I can't make a decision.
Well, who selected your cup winning black water cut?
Oh,
Was
well,
that you?
wait, that one stood out. Like
Well,
in that
that's-
whole thing,
Oh, well,
there was
there
this
you
weird
go.
purple pheno
That's
that
exactly-
everyone
That's
was
exactly
searching
the
for.
point. Yeah.
So that's what, exactly
Outliers.
what you have to
Yeah.
look for is that outstanding one, not the average one, not the crab apple. You want the
Exactly.
ambrosia, the honey crisp. You want the primo shit.
And that was 10 years ago when I used to buy packs. And yeah, if you were realistic that you were just hoping to find one thing in a pack, and they were very like it was really easy and obvious right away. Today, things are uniform. There's like they've upped their game where it's not like, oh, a bunch of ones that are obviously easy to throw, knock off the
You know why it's
lid.
uniform though, right? Because everything's fucking gelato.
And
Yeah,
Runtz.
I get that.
Or
I get
Runtz.
that. I see
Or
that.
Zettles or Skittles.
Gelato Runt cookies.
And some GMO in there too. But yeah, a lot of definitely,
Gelato.
as they say, the gene pool's getting tight.
That's what she said.
Is that
I
tight?
don't even know how
Or
that's funny.
I'm
bottleneck.
telling you that you fucking breeders start putting proprietary on all your packs, that shit will change.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not
What's in
labeling
it? None of
shit.
your fucking business. You like
not
it
labeling.
or not. You want it?
Oh,
Fine.
just give
You know what I mean?
number. I know what you
See?
mean.
That
I'm not
Arbitrary
labeling shit
numbers.
no more
yeah,
now.
that's
I'm not labeling
number
nothing.
17 times 20 in my fucking library.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you could decode it with a decoder ring. That would be fun.
I think that's ultimately how they keep track of grape cultivars. They're by
Fair enough. Then
numbers.
you think, Eagle, that we would actually get to be like, oh, you got that number 17.
You got that 17 times
You gotta get
55 times 100
yeah.
times the 30.
It wouldn't fucking
No,
matter. the name of
because
it.
that
Yeah,
breeder's not gonna let 17 out. I don't think. You know what I mean? I think
Right,
things will tighten up like that to where everybody will be forced to open the gene pool back up because nobody knows what anything is. You know what I mean? They'll have to go back to doing their own pheno selection and breeding. You know what I mean? No more will you see fucking cookies on every pack or fucking Skittles. You know what I mean? Because nobody will know the ingredients. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it'll bring true cannabis back around.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Start there.
That's what the boys were saying about the beers. It's like, oh man, I wish they made blank cans, and then only the best beer would be here. And not only that, the cops couldn't tell what we were drinking.
I mean, that's one of them things, man. You want to know? You want to know the Coke fucking recipe? Here you go. Give me bust the wallet out. You know what I mean? Here you go. Here's the Coke recipe. You can be a fucking subsidiary or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the way your strains will move forward after that. You know what I mean?
I think
Keep
some of
the
those.
$1 million recipe in the safe.
I wouldn't doubt that some of
$7
these
cutting.
people play that game a bit, like, oh, this is a GMO cross of whatever. Meanwhile, it might not be a GMO cross, right? It might be playing a hype game, or it might be playing like, oh, I don't want you motherfuckers to know what I got going on here, so I'm gonna throw you fucking other copycats out.
Yeah.
Imagine some of that game's played. Or they don't give a shit and it's got all gelatos.
Yeah. Or somebody else's work.
It'll make breeding go back to fucking serious bullshit because people want to make sure that that's, you know what I mean? That's my fucking fire right there. You know what I mean? There's just wearing that on your sleeve and shit. That's my creation. It's the best I can fucking make it and shit. You know what I mean? I think
So that's
it'll
for people when
do.
they get seeded weed and they give it out. They change the name of that weed because usually it's a work in progress and they don't want nobody to know what those seeds are. So it's like, fuck you. You're not gonna know what those seeds were. I'm gonna change the name of the weed even because I don't want you to think that you got seeds of this weed. Because that happens to the cookies. Back when I first heard of cookies, when they first came out, a lot of seeded cookies were popping around, and everybody had cookies. So I got the seeds. I got seeds from cookies. Burner's like, that's not our cookies. That's not the right cookies. You got the fookies or whatever they called it. They were fucking making dumb fucking names. You got fookies. Fucking, they were just all making all the shit because they didn't want to be found out that they got fucking seeds from everybody. Like everybody had that shit, So they changed the name.
Again, I want to emphasize that I also think it's going to tighten up each and every one of those lines because, as Buddy said, they're going to win. By the time they get it to Buddy, they are going to be uniform as fuck because that breeder ain't going to want you to find a fucking 41 or a 33. He's going to want you to find that pheno that you're talking about, that one he's proud of and shit. You know what I mean? That's what he's going to want you to find because his reputation's on the fucking line. You know what I mean? This is it. This is the one you want. No more of that pheno hunt and variation bullshit. You're buying You're buying what you bought, what they put out there. And I think that's what cannabis should be. You know, when you put a pack out there, there shouldn't be a variant, you know, of 10 different fucking cultivars, you know what I mean? 10 different phenols. You should be able to pop that pack and it should be fucking gelato. You know what I mean? It should be whatever it says right there on the pack. The picture. You shouldn't get a lemon, a lime, or a strawberry. You know, you buy root beer, it should be fucking root beer.
Water down the shit is
You don't want a diet root beer. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I think you take away the fucking, you put it back to just a proprietary system. Everybody will fucking care and be very critical.
You mean people to work lines? That's like fucking people don't want to put time into work lines. They don't want to do any line work. That's like the whole problem with people now. Like they don't want to find those.
Well, those are the big breeders, though, right? I think us small
Some of them
guys
do it. Some
take
people
we
do
take
it.
those, we take what they give us, right, and we find something that qualifies our criteria, right? And we're like, fuck yeah, we'll run that and fine tune it, right?
Yeah.
And when you
That's
start
why-
to research like what breeder you're interested in their stuff, there's people that are obviously it's their life's work. Like one that comes to mind, Bob Hemphill, right? This guy is like he doesn't have enough time in his life to do the projects that he's working on, right? Type of guy. When there's other breeders that I don't know what their ultimate motivation is, but they're just they won't be here 10, 20, 30. Like in my mind, I meet certain people and I know they're lifers. Like up, down, all around, they're in cannabis for their life. There's other people are like hit and missers, you know, they giving it a try if it pays off. So, but most of those people, because over the years I've seen a lot of people come and go. I always wonder where all the goes.
I get that, but we're in a day and age now where all this shit can be tissue cultured and put in a fucking safe deposit box for the next gen. You know what I mean? For that work to keep carrying on and take over, you know, keep that name, that strain going. I'm telling you right now, you put that kind of mindset behind it. You know, Coca-Cola, you ain't gonna fucking show up into a restaurant and go, yeah, this is my bread, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's gonna slap that right out of your hands. That ain't my shit. Don't you even tell anybody that's Coke. You know what I mean? That ain't the recipe. I'm gonna sue you ass.
Well,
you know what I
you
mean?
know, a thing when they bring on bothers, they learned this years ago, but it's like the same thing with cannabis. You can have the recipe, but if you don't recreate the environment, meaning the temperature and the humidity inside the facility. So like, oh, when they set up bottlers in weird places, yeah, the shit didn't come out right. Years ago, they realized, oh, guess what has to be right? All the parameters. That's the same thing with cannabis, right? Like if the temperature, humidity, everything, you can almost recreate things in different places. We're far from being able to do that. Big industry, they've learned to do that. And a lot of times the SOPs with those type of products, yeah, it gets down to like having a standard humidity that regardless what part of the country you're in, that the facility's under, standard temperature. And if you don't control those factors, shit don't come out the same. Whether it's a Dorito, a bottle of Coke, any of that shit.
Again, the fucking the blueprint's already been made, brother. Everything that you said can be achieved indoors. You can repeat that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And now
We're
to
learning
take care
that.
of what you said, just like Coca-Cola, you put a fucking distributing center in fucking Michigan. You put a distributing center in fucking California with the said conditions. You know, repeatable. Boom, boom,
with
boom.
maybe
with
not
them
billions of
strains.
dollars, but Jungle Boys is in the process of proving that out because they spent 35 or 50 million building out basically the identical thing, identical to what they operate in LA or out here, out in Florida. Just now got licensed. It's just barely open, but if everything goes the way they think it should go, They should be able to produce the exact same shit that they do here, there. And it's all done with pretty tight SOPs. I mean, they're an example of one of the operating companies that, well, I guess over the next years, you'll see if that's, and then if it works there, they can just start bouncing to everywhere. Cookies, yeah, that what's really going on there is he's just contracts whoever is going to supply. So if you go to a California cookie store, that's the menu is that. They don't have that in Oregon's cookie store or in whatever states, right? Because you can't interstate, right? Oh, you might have some on the slide, but no, legally you can't bring California weed to your store out in New York. You have to have New York weed. So he just contracts people to be the growers for each of the areas. Jungle Boys, he's trying to SOP and grow the exact same shit and have the same menu he has here, there, and spent a lot of money replicating like everything. So I guess we are doing it. At least a couple people are.
It's gonna be really interesting, to say the least, to see what comes out of cannabis in the next few years, man. We've all waited for this fucking point, and you know where it goes from here. We're still in the air, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm definitely afraid of everything we've talked about earlier, you know, as far as big companies. You referenced alcohol earlier, buddy. These companies, as I said the other night when I was talking to Canna, they're not going to take this shit lightly. They're investing all their money right now in what they're losing too. They're businessmen, you know what I mean? They'll bet both sides. I'm losing the cannabis. Fuck, we better throw up some cannabis grows. You know what I mean? Same thing with big pharma and tobacco, all the way across the board. That's who we're gonna lose the game to.
And
the same people that are running the
fundamentally,
shit now.
They're like, I remember as a voter or whatever, we used to think, oh, we just got to wait till that older people die off, and then we'll have better chances at changing some of these things. These companies you list, they're in it for the 100, 200 year play. And so they know, like, unless we like teach our children or whatever the thing, we're not in their way. We're only here for so many years, and their play's long. So they're not even worried about like, how do we knock them out of the business, whatever. No, we're going to die off, and they have a fresh, generation. And they're looking at like I said this before, not even our kids. They're going like, yeah, our customers are your kids' kids, your grandkid, your little new grandkid. That's who they're thinking there's going to be in position, and there'll be like a major, just like all the other products by then. There won't be a black market. There won't be craft growers, or that won't be even enough to phase them, and it'll all be them. Yeah. But they're not going to try to take it over and like, well, we're still here, because they don't need to. They can, even like this whole thing with the collapse of the price and the over production, and at least in California, it's bad. Like they call it extinction event. It's people are fucked. Yeah. What created that? Like, how much are they already like creating shit that like, yeah, they're good at creating shit. Situations where this could all be part of their plan. And the fact that we're in this situation, even California, like we forget that Prop 64, the recreational thing in California, has only been enacted for 4.5 years. And over 2 of those years, our country was basically locked down or in some bullshit. And they've like taken something that was like 50 years of health and whatever it was, and like have run it into the ground that quick and have made it like, holy shit, what's going to happen? That's pretty gnarly, like in 4.5 years.
You know, what you say is very true, and you're gonna see it real quickly in Oklahoma. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've talked to a few people in Oklahoma that say, you know, the market is it's overfilled right now. The prices are dropping, and the prices that are fucking the people that are in control of the main portion of the market there are sick of it. So they're actually putting more and more legislation into Oklahoma that's gonna fucking freeze a lot of shit up and then slow the influx down and fucking drive the prices back up. You know what I mean? They're already tired of the losses, and they know how to play the game, the political game. You know what I mean? The little guys don't. We don't have the funding for that shit.
Well, and ultimately, none of the laws and none of the people, and then it's a supply and demand product. And there's plenty of other products that are supply and demand in history of our humanity. They're complicated, and they take like people finally understanding supply and demand. You can't overproduce, you can't underproduce, and everyone has to cooperate in that for it to be healthy. Some things, until they learn that lesson, almost went under and had, you know, all kinds of ups and downs. But cannabis obviously needs that. They're paying our government all this money for regulation and all that, but there's not one hint of that. Like, it's like they didn't even think of it. No, we're pretty, this, you know, modern era, like understanding that this is just bottom line, a supply and demand product. And if you give too many licenses or if you overproduce, it's going to crash the whole thing, which basically is what's happened. That's what's happened in California. That's what happened in Canada. That's what's happened in Oklahoma. I don't know the exact shape of Minnesota and other states, but overproduction is what the big problem is.
Yeah,
It's not a
but Norm-
problem, right?
Though, buddy. I don't know who wants to jump in.
On the
here.
consumer side,
I think
sorry, brother. Let's go talk about the consumer wins, right? Cheaper ounces.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen though. You know what I mean? We win, but that's not business. You know, we're talking about, you know, the cannabis community, but that's not fucking business. Business is fucking cold-hearted. I've said that about worm castings. You know what I mean? Simple things as worm castings. You buy it by the pound. Why not fucking throw a bunch of fucking sand in your worm bin so that shit comes out nice and sandy its weight? You know what I mean? That's the way fucking big business thinks. And I think fucking, buddy, you're onto something there. You know what I mean? You're right. Big business thinks in the long run. So why wouldn't Oklahoma, you know, who's kind of considering it, go, okay, yeah, let's go cowboy. We're going to fucking go unlimited fucking this. We're going to dish out all kinds of license. We're going to let all you ants set up everything. And then we'll slam into all these fucking legislations on you guys and watch you guys fold up one by one as we come back through and fucking snag up your guys' operation. You know what I mean? You guys go ahead and set everything up for us, and we'll come back through and buy it all up cheap and reset it all up again. You know,
I think
that's
at a
probably already
certain
been
point,
thought of.
When we get to the national level of politics on this, when the federal law change, there'll be this political argument that will come out of like, we gave them a chance. We gave them a chance, like us to have our own thing and be part of it. But it failed, and welcome the new guy in town, and that's when whatever corporation is going to come in fully. They're already positioned to do that. But like where the government's finally going to say, yeah, all that licensing, all that individual shit, all this and that, that's the way it is in agriculture. Corporate farming, there's no more individual farmers. They all ate the dust over the last 20, 30 years. The whole farm aid and all that issue, that happened. And now agriculture is, for the most part, completely corporate farmed.
Welcome to the
That's
new
the
world.
same thing. Yeah, like why? That's the people that are in control of like politics of it, and that's the world they live in. That's how they see it. They all these we have the right, we are the legacy people, and this and that. Yeah. I don't think the feds are going to give a shit about that. Terroir, all that kind of shit. No.
No, like you said, buddy, we're the 1%ers who only care about all those little fine details. Majority of people just giving that cheap pre-roll. I'll take that one. No,
Yeah,
what's
like you
that?
say, ultimately, it's good for the customer because eventually, even though, like Eagle pointed out, it hasn't broke yet. They're still paying like eighth prices like they always have, pretty much, even though they're buying pounds for next to nothing. So something has to give. Eventually, yep, that price is going to break. And that's the consumer is going to go, well, that's great. They were fucking charging me way too much for a fucking eighth of shit for decades.
Yeah.
You know,
$80 ounces in my area.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone on the panel wouldn't smoke that weed though, right? It's not that caliber of cannabis. Definitely not ganja. It's just like, you know, it's what Green Fingers is smoking. Those mids
I have to test
have a
everything.
little bit of flavor. There's a little bit of flavor in there to make you like,
It must be tested.
oh, do you taste it? A little strawberry? It's fruity. Yeah. It's
With a
right
little
there.
berry,
Oh, it's so
a little
good.
berry at the end.
Yeah.
That-
Little, yeah. Fine notes of pine and
Dragon fruit.
Valley of Aspen, the air of Aspen Mountains. Ooh, there it is, the fresh pines.
Yeah.
Well, I think like any connoisseur group, whether it's wine people, cannabis people, or Wagyu beef people, the people in it are under an illusion that more people, if not everyone, is also like that, a connoisseur. But within the connoisseurs, which most of us are that's why we're on this show, that's why we do what we do. We're like a tenth of 100th of a percent or some shit. Like people that are connoisseurs of anything, right?
Yeah.
Most people are just general consumers of it. That's the truth.
That's what I
Don't
used to
obsess
be.
on any one thing that far.
That's why we must base what we're doing on consumers, you know, what they're going to look for, not just fucking, well, not what we like. That's not going to work for them. So we won't be in business for them. So you got to make
You
it
pull
run.
them, they'd say, well, how
That's,
about a $50 ounce? That's what they're talking. Right.
You gotta show them how to grow their own.
Can't keep up with everybody out there. Yeah.
That too.
Overgrow the world. That's the only other thing to do. So.
And then that becomes a whole balance because you have a billion-dollar industry. It's the equipment and products. It's based on home growers for the most part and new home growers. And what makes home growers motivated to do it is because it costs so much. And if the price comes down and down and down, there's less motivation. People like why buy tomatoes? They're only $1 something at the store or whatever, right? Well, when they're $15 a pound, everyone would grow tomatoes, right?
But whose tomatoes taste better? The ones that you grew in your backyard or the ones from the store that were picked when they were green? You know?
But only so many people cared about that, dude. Right?
And
most people don't like, they just shove it in their face and don't give a fuck, dude.
A lot of people do care, but they're just not. Now there's nobody with money anymore like there used to be. So now we can grow our own cool flavors that they're not going to have at the store. That's the only thing.
And how many people grow their own tomatoes, right? Probably a small fraction.
Yeah, but
Buddy's
there's like,
right, though.
like
Buddy's
there's
fucking
only
spot
like
on.
a connoisseur's class is a small thing, and most of those people, whether you are that at the beginning or not, end up growing their own because that's the only way to really be that, you know. Just like somebody that's probably
What?
really into beer, they end up brewing their own shit in their garage to like at a certain point after buying this amount of beer and trying this amount of beer. Eventually, they're like, fuck that, I'm going to make my own beer. And
this is the cycle for growing, or at least home growing right now, is fucking, it will come back after a point. But this is what I've seen from the whole time that I've been following cannabis. Fucking it goes from medical in that state, and everybody has to start growing because they're waiting on fucking shit to get set up. So it's a home grower's responsibility, and I think they do it on purpose. Haha, we made it legal, but you can't buy it nowhere. If you want to grow your own, you fucking go ahead or wait for us. And then everybody starts growing, and the companies come in with their picks and axes and fucking start making their money. And then fucking recreational comes in, and then it, just like Buddy says, everybody goes, fuck, why am I growing this and the hassle? I can go down and buy it at the store. And you see every one of them fucking grow shops pack up and fold up because there ain't nobody growing anymore. So now you have a hard time finding the supplies. But it won't be until people continuously get fucked by the fucking, the large scale cannabis where they go, man, I sold my grow lights for this shit. You know what I mean? Fuck. I'm tired of this shit. Back to the fucking grow store, or fire up the lights. But I think it's gonna take that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's gonna take a long time, man. Just like tomatoes, right? How many people grow their own tomatoes?
Yeah.
Not too many. But once you figure out that your own tomatoes kick the shit out of the industry's tomatoes, man.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, just like most things, actually. Eggs, anything you produce yourself, just crushes that mass-produced shit.
Yeah. That's why it's good to do a little bit of everything, not just to have cannabis growing, but your food. Maybe you have a few chickens and pigeons, doves, or whatever. Food is food.
Money. Yeah, but the reality is the majority of people, at least in the United States, do not live in circumstances that they're able to do a lot of that. Some people got really creative, even with like patios and small little things. But for the most part, beyond the fact, the day-to-day grind of like just getting your kids to school and job and this and that, and a lot of people just don't have the time to do this stuff, or the desire. Some of them just don't have the desire,
or the knowledge.
Right.
That's why they made autos, though. You don't got to know how to do shit. You throw it in the ground.
Even to appreciate like whether a good tomato or bad tomato, you would have to be a person that actually cooks at home. And like, it seems to me like a huge amount of the world today pretty much eats out or delivery. Like, even like, it's weird. You go into a restaurant, they have like a whole table set up, and there's these guys coming in and out, like, what do you call them? Uber drivers, or the food delivery thing, which is like, yeah, people don't even go to the restaurant anymore. They just have it brought to their house.
Well, that's what they're doing to us, though. Like, it's all part of Agenda 2030. So it's like,
it is pretty weird. I don't know. There's some bizarre shit.
2021 now. It was 2021. Now it's already there. So now we're already at the
for the
time.
posh. Like, we were talking about that too, buddy, the other night, man. Fucking, that's when the posh cannabis is gonna come through, man. I honestly think at some point it's going to become like a posh thing, to basically where they have a cannabis gardener. You come in, you bring in the fire. You know what I mean? I want 6 cookies, and I'll take a couple of runts, and you bring them in, you plant them, you come by, and then they just walk through with their friends and their girlfriends and go, look at my gelato plants. And you know what I mean? And I think that's going to be a thing. I really believe that's going to be a thing.
It is the thing though already because they have consulting from right now. Like if we can go grow somebody else's plant on their property for them if they really want, you know. So anybody need your plant grown, I can go to your house and grow it for you guys. Plane ticket and $1,000 for my time. Just kidding. $1,000 a day, and I'll be there and the plane ticket, and I will go show you how to grow your cannabis the right way. Okay, I'll show you how to grow it my way. Probably won't work. Probably won't work at all. See, that's the whole
Well,
risk.
today we took the scenic route to this place Ojai, which is like east of Ventura in California. Santa Paula is this other town, and there was mile after mile after mile of like this the beautiful agriculture, whether it was lemons, limes, pomegranate trees, avocado trees, row crops, landscape operations, thriving, like just thriving in this area. Yeah, like a lot of what my area used to look like before we had the water price hike that basically wiped that out. Which like, yeah, the big issue here is in San Diego County, we no longer have an ag rate for water. We pay the same residential rate, regardless how big of a farmer you are or not. And yeah, that's the end of farming. And everything just basically went away over the last 10 years because of that. Well, then you go to places that have ag rates and you're like, holy shit, this is what it used to look like. It was weird today. It was like, yeah, we used to have that when I moved here 23 years ago. But when this water thing happened, yeah, fucked it up.
Yeah. We used to have that where I used to live. We'd have thousands of different types of fruit trees and shit, and then they let that die off to build golf courses because fruit wasn't gonna make money, but golf was. So the golf industry blew up over there. Fucking crazy. All the fruit went to the wayside. They just threw it all away.
How's the seedlings doing, green fingers?
How's the what?
How's your seedlings doing?
I put them in soil over there. They're all popped up, tall and stuff. They're like,
Are these some of the seeds I sent you? You got them going?
mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Couple of them. Little cheese over there. Fuck, I forgot the name. Queso?
Oh, one of Masonics. Yeah, those should be good. Yeah. Backstrap Gelato Auto for Mr. Major.
Oh.
Chem Sweet Gelato Auto for Mr. Major.
Gelato Auto.
Gelato Auto.
Guava Gelato Auto. And
Well, that one sounds good.
Anvil Gelato Auto. And there's one regular, and it's called James Cush Fems. And there's only a few of those where there's a lot of those autos.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. That was a lot of auto.
You need a lot of autos. Like you a 10-pack, that's not very like, yeah, you need to sell these by the 100-pack. That's how they are.
Crazy.
And then you could do some damage.
My
And a bunch of them.
We're doing some damage.
My friend buys 3-packs and he's like, I'm killing it. And I'm like, you need to grow some regs, bro, and you'll fucking be killing it, dude. Grow some photo periods and make them big, man. Take the picture when you stand next to it and you can't see yourself behind it.
Well, like,
buddy, did you happen to send a little bit of that auto flower to Green Fingers?
No, I haven't.
No, he wasn't
For
gonna. finish
Tuesday.
it.
Well, no, I've like in the last when I might have been able to pull it off, but I didn't. And then I was like, dead show, mule, this show. Now that's over for a while. There's no shows for at least a couple weeks.
Just when you send it, do it like Eagle said. Just name it 23 cross with 82, and don't let him know what it
Yeah.
is, and then we can find out which one he liked. See if it's the auto, and we know
Just
he's
put-
gonna love the
Just put auto
auto.
on it, and I'll just grow it because I don't care about autos. I'll grow anything.
No,
Well, I'm going
we're
to send
talking
you
about-
some of these because I think you in your environment might be the perfect thing. Where in that 100 days, even though it's hot, they don't seem to give a fuck about environment. That's the thing. They're not photo, right? I put them out there. Mine, they've been done a while, but they were out there when it was under 50 degrees outside, which usually my other plants don't like it when it's under 50. Yeah, like, so that's the positive things about them. Like, I think you could just plant them in weird spots and come back 100 days later and you'd be like, fuck, especially if somehow could just get a little water.
Yeah.
Gorilla growing them. Not no beast, just the little ones. Like, even if you were in a city and you just put them everywhere and planters everywhere, yeah, they just pop up and some of them would make it 100 days and there'd be buds.
Go down to the wash, fucking plant a bunch of them by the golf courses.
Yeah. Yeah, you need pounds of these seeds. That's ultimately when you're having fun, not 10 pack. That's not, you're not going to do nothing with that. That's what I realized. I had a bunch 3 years ago, and then I only had a few left. That's why I asked for more. And somebody's making them by the thousands, so they're like got handfuls. That's how you do it, handfuls. You know, let them roll. Just like you'd throw out other seeds, like farmers did in the past. They just throw them, and some would germinate, some wouldn't. But yeah,
Throw them during the
that's-
rainstorm.
Growing them
yeah,
by the-
that would be a fantasy of mine with the autos. Have like big old bag of them and just go anywhere, toss a handful, see what happens.
Well, it's just
You get
Chuck
your
'em.
fryer head if you do that.
Yeah, I smoked myself into submission, guys. I got to take off.
Oh,
I'm just about ready to pass out.
Right on, Johnny.
So I'm feeling it. So I'll catch you
Cheers,
guys all
Johnny.
later. Eagle, love you.
Johnny,
Green
Love you,
finger,
brother.
buddy, kilowatt, the major. I'll talk to you guys all the time. Appreciate you guys. And everyone.
Take care, dude.
Appreciate you, brother. Love you.
yeah, even Johnny's idea about off the strip or what I know, a beat up hotel or casino in Vegas. It would be cool if like a weed nerd group could all invest and be like the ownership of something that took off like that. And we had
That
the
would be-
brilliant idea to be the first to
that would be
build such
that
an
would be really cool.
establishment. Like even just like the Hard Rock Hotel, kind of like that. But instead of instruments, you could even like have, you know, different things like bongs from the past instead of a guitar, like, or mothership pieces, and you know, a whole
I
cannabis.
say
place.
this with all the most fucking fun intent. We couldn't do that because fucking we're all fucking growers. As it is right now, if we can clean out a fucking 4x4 space, we're like, I can grow some shit like that. If we landed a hotel deal, a fucking strip hotel like that, each one of us would be like, this is grow room 1, grow room 2.
20, week 20.
Yeah.
We can find there
We
20
would
weekers.
The hotel
I've
thing would
only
last
gone there
until we all
over a
met
year.
up and realized we had an abundance of seeds and we can all fucking just throw up a big old roll.
Yeah, we wouldn't have
It's
that
a
thing.
local brewery that got famous. It's called Stone Brewery or whatever. And they have this restaurant built into their brewery over in Vista here, where yeah, the table it's all glass and you can see everything. And when I went there once, this was years ago, when it was kind of new, I thought this would be the same thing. Like if you could have like the cannabis grow, and when people were there eating, they would be able to see, yeah, just like the brewery. They had all the different fucking vats and shit, and guys were in there working or doing whatever, and it was like behind glass. They were like in a separate thing, but all the tables in the restaurant were sat where you had view of that. That was part of the design. And
Like
when
a
I
weed
saw that, I
whacker.
thought, yeah, one day there'll be like a killer indoor cannabis grow going on with the same thing. Why not? But
We had a killer. I mean, there was a killer grow in a spot in Molson Brewery, shut down brewery in Barrie, Ontario, and they used the vats as a grow room for years and years. This facility, without anyone knowing, just like workers showing up, man, get the business done. To one day, it's all shut down, busted.
well, like a burgeoning industry is in Temecula's wine, which now they have like this winery row and all these wineries that maybe only in the last 10 years it's built up. They've kind of put themselves on the map a little bit. And driving out back to the highway, especially over in the Temecula side, there's all these plots that in the last few years are new. They're grapes. Well, I've been up north and know how many fucking hundreds and thousands of acres of grapes it takes to make wine. And these little 30-acre show plots are what they are, right? The winery wants to be able to say they have something, so they have pictures and they spend more money on the fencing and all this stuff because it's like a show plot to have your winery, where most of that wine, the grapes, I know because I know what's grown around here. No, we don't grow enough grapes. And even when I drive by these grapes, when I lived up north, you drive by when they're like close to harvest, it was nothing but abundance. Like fuck grapes, fucking peeling off of those vines. These grapes, they don't really grow good down here. But they have this wine industry. They're like the front, like I say, they're like show fields, right?
So
To
where
make
did
it
they get
seem
all the grapes from then? Foreign
well.
buyers, they from foreign
I'm
lands.
not very much into the wine business, but years ago when I was buying grapeseed ethanol from a place in Oregon, when back then it was like one of the few places that you could access that stuff. That company and that website, that was they call it fortifier, right? So there's different ethanol products that were made and sold to the wine industry. Like, oh, if you made a batch of wine, it was only 3% alcohol. Oh, and then you just fortify it with ethanol. And the best ethanols are grapeseed ethanol, but it's really expensive. They had lesser ethanols. But when you went to that website and read the descriptions of the products, yeah, wine fortifiers is basically what that website was and what they sold. So like a lot of wine isn't what you think it is. You know what I mean? It's just Welch's with some fucking ethanol.
A lot of it's just grape juice. Yeah, you're right. No, it's just grape juice is what they said, like, all you have to do
Yeah.
is
I mean, there's real wine and all that, but
Yeah.
there's like this thing
That's
that's
what the
going on
Boston
in
wine is.
Temecula is more of like I don't know. You'd
All
have
the
to
stuff that's box
seen
of
it
wine.
grow in the last 10 years. It's forced.
You guys used to
They're
drink
grading
bottles.
wineries. It's not like up north where there's real wineries and there's generational wine. Nah.
You drink it by the bottle or by the
The
box?
yellow
I used to
tail
drink it by the
wow.
bottle. I mean, by the box.
Yeah, I don't
So,
touch the shit.
Yellowtail from Australia.
I used to drink it
Is
by
that what you
the
drink
box.
there, Eagle?
I don't drink, man. No, I was just listening to the thing on Yellowtail. wine, how they actually changed the whole industry by making their own niche, basically, about what Buddy's talking about there. You know, they had old school wine and vineyards that were going under or had set a price scale. Yellowtail came in and did pretty much what Buddy's talking about, made a quality wine, made it affordable, and kind of carved their own niche, but necessarily didn't hurt the connoisseur market or, you know, the like cheap market. They just kind of carved out their own niche. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a decent quality wine.
Made wine out of water. Yeah, made something decent. So
Now we have wine once in a while, just for your health, if you believe in that. Yeah.
the book is Blue Ocean, by the way. If you want, guys would like to read it. It's actually really
Yeah.
my
wife
talks
now
about
that- she drank enough wine for
yourself
all
apart
of us.
from the others, making your own Blue Ocean.
And she actually knew her wines and all that shit, or at least she thought she did. But the bottom line is she drank a couple bottles of wine almost every fucking day.
I used to
That
drink
was her thing.
boxes of wine.
I think when I get old, that's what I'm gonna fucking do too, man. Plus prescription pills, that's the heavy shit.
Just
Whatever we
because,
find.
right?
Just because, yeah, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Better
Just
eat
because I don't
mushrooms,
be
psychedelics,
belligerent in public.
and
Yeah.
drive my fucking drone helicopter that takes me around everywhere I go, probably in the future. And if you crash, I'm sure there's like nanobots that'll repair my body. So it's gonna be a wonderful future.
Future
Can't
of
destroy
auto.
yourself. Just give her, yeah, plus fields of autos.
Yeah, that stuff kills everything, man. Autos.
Kills your
Just growing-
ambition and
Just growing them.
self-respect.
Just growing them makes you fucking a better person altogether. Just fucking.
Holy
You won't
shit,
get
boys,
high.
coming up on 6:20. 2-minute warning,
Holy
boys.
shit,
We're gonna close her down
Eagle.
at 6:20.
All right, I'll be first. It was always good hanging. I'm glad I got home in time to chit chat. Fuck, I spent 6 hours on the road today for like 3 hours music, but it was worth it. Have
buddy.
a good holiday tomorrow. It's a new holiday we get.
What holidays tomorrow?
That's a holiday.
15th.
Cheers.
A nude holiday. I
Up
heard.
here in Canada, it's a National Indigenous Day.
It's the 10th or the whatever
Oh,
you
it's
call
down
it.
there.
Juneteenth. It's new. Well, it's actually the second year of it, but the first year we were in COVID, so no one paid attention. But now it's like, yeah, you get a day off or whatever.
Right on.
Yeah, there won't be no banks or
Nice.
post office tomorrow.
Oh fuck.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, federal holiday.
Huh.
Promising people
Enjoy it.
stuff. Be fun.
All right.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. I did not know.
All right, boys, I'll be up next. Green fingers, pop those fucking seeds, man. An
I
eagle.
already did.
We'll see you in the future, brother.
Ah, okay. I look like this.
Pop back as a cartoon. Oh shit. It's not coming out of my nose. Fucking A. Hell yeah. Everybody go plant some seeds. Fucking that's what I've been doing. Smoking my nose. Eagle, thank you for having us. Love you. Have a great morning. And thank you once again.
Thank you,
Love you.
brother. Love you too. Think of me as this cuddly teddy bear. No.
Love you, bro. Have a great day.
Later. For all the rest of you guys, I'm sorry, but it's that late. So I'm going to skip the shout outs tonight, but I'll get to you guys tomorrow. With that being said, hopefully you guys know the deal. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, please take time for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation along the lines of your beginning of your week. Hopefully it's a prosperous start to your week. Take time to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I am a living, breathing example of that. Take time, and it's so easy to do. Non-monetary stuff, monetary stuff if it's needed, but most of the time, as long as it comes from the heart and it's directed right into their eyes, you'd be surprised how far it'll take. With that being said, have a great Monday. I'll see you tonight at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Weed Nerd World.